Recording has started. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. Welcome to another Toonkind game. Woo! My name is Vwild and I will be your humble DM for this wonderful game of many mysteries and high angst. Can I have my characters or my players introduce themselves and their characters top to bottom? Because I can see you, RJ. I'm not going to say bottom to top because that would just screw you over. Okay? I almost did. Let's spice things up. And then I saw that you put a goddamn Z at the start. So, Foster, you're up, my darling.
Oh boy. Okay, so that makes me first. So hi everyone, this is Foster, who's going to play Teal Tiger.
Hello, my name is Lizz, and I'm going to play Bouquet Dust.
I'm Whis, and I'm playing Lil Rai Stagehand.
Hi, I'm RJ, and I'm playing Jacques and Asclepius.
Absolutely wonderful characters. We all love to see them. I'll be playing a variety of characters as your wonderful DM, and none of them are appearing right now because if you've all watched The Way Things Go Part 1, we had a bit of a fiery incident that has set everyone on edge.
That's an understatement.
Just tense.
Alright. There should be all the trigger warnings in the, not tags, the description, so make sure to self-care, everyone. But now we delve in, because the last time we saw our intrepid heroes, they were journeying on their first way to shady deals. Who's leading, by the way? Did we ever decide on that front?
I don't think we did.
No, because we did stop pretty quickly, so whoever wants to lead, because we have got a lovely band of people here, but whoever wants to lead, could you roll me a survival check straight off the bat? It can be anyone we like.
Unless anyone stops him, Rai's going first, so I'm going to go ahead and roll his survival.
Go for it, dude.
If Rai is going first, then Teal's just right behind because the kid's not meant to be in the first line.
Well, no, he's a squishy spellcaster, but he's angry, so...
That's fair.
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of like seeing his sibling was set on fire and his mum's missing.
Mm-hmm.
Out
Yeah.
of context, that's probably terrible saying your sibling's on fire, but hey-ho. But...
It's true.
But... Little Rai, it's... Toontown at night is one thing. Toontown at night after all of that chaos is an entirely other, but you know, it's a long journey, but you know the way to an extent. There are the maps of Toontown, and you also have been around, like, Halloween Town. You know when paths twist and turn. And maybe it's the divine, maybe it's just luck of everything, but your path does seem pretty clear. Toontown sensing a story underway, perhaps. But as you're going, it's... You guys are taking, like, the roads, right? The paths?
Sure.
Yeah.
It does... Because unlike going on, say, rooftops, you can't just cut a straight path. So, whereas on rooftop it'd take perhaps 2 hours, on foot it's more, even with a good roll, more 2.5 maybe at best. But you are making it. And you do see, as you're going along, things do change from that eerie quiet of on Lynn's Street, on the street of the Stagehand Requiem with the smoke just trailing off. You get back into a bit more of nightlife bustle. And then, as you get closer and closer, is there anything anyone wants to do on this journey? You can just say no, it's just me helping you guys out, going, if you guys want to do anything, you can do anything. Even if it's just RP sauce, I will let you guys drown for a minute.
I suppose perception wouldn't go astray. How about we do
perception
something
is
like that?
probably a good idea. These don't...
10. It's not great.
That isn't great. Great.
This is perception as we're going along, is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is very good because this was going to be something I asked as we got closer to Shady. Ha! Bless Bo.
She has no eyes.
Jacques, what the heck? You're normally.
Yeah, I didn't roll great. Still, somehow managed to get the second highest. But I didn't roll great.
I love how Teal has got the highest. Okay, that
Yeah,
that
which,
fills me with
you know,
glee.
considering
can
his
see
track record.
Once.
Yeah,
Exactly what.
let's savor it. This is his moment of the entire game.
I hope he gets more moments, but
Teal, our beloved.
it's incredibly valid, and we absolutely adore him.
God.
Okay, you've made me giggle. But as you're going along, the night is quieter than normal in Toontown. There isn't that spontaneous 2 a.m. trombone noise or anything. I mean, it is past 3 a.m., and as you're journeying, time does seem to stretch. As you get closer to Shady Deals, it's... Let's see, Yeah, it's only 2 of you are going to get this because the DC was 12!
Dang it.
Oh boy.
I gave you a DC of 12 thinking, no one can pick this up, and then...
No. The no one can pick this up DC is 5.
Fair point. You can, well, yeah, even Bo would meet that one on this one. But it's, as you are going along getting closer, it's unusual. It seems almost as though sound starts trailing off again far quicker than it should. In fact, that's what you all get. You all get this sense of there should still be activity, there should still be life. You're at the growing edges of Toontown, but there should still be that vibrancy, that noise, the car noises, even though there aren't cars. But there just seems to be a tension building the closer you get to Shady Deals. And with Asclepius and Teal, you both get it as you get closer. It's... any buildings that you come across, they get more scattered. All of the lights are off. Like, I know it's late at night, but surely there's someone up reading a book or something in a window, but no. There's nothing. Maybe the faint traces or the scent of something in the air, but you're not entirely sure. It's all strange. It's all not quite right. But on the by and large, you get back, or you get to Shady Deals without any incident, which is in and of itself quite unusual. You'd presume there would be someone outside the gates or something, but you get to Shady Deals warehouse district unimpeded.
Well, either we are very lucky tonight or something's up.
Well, let's hope for the former, but it's probably the latter.
Are there any windows on this here building?
It's not so much a building as the Shady Deals warehouse district in and of itself.
Oh, okay.
Which is, it's got a large metal gate, incredibly tall, like, it's one of those iron wrought ones. And there's the brick wall that lines it that stretches either direction pretty far. You've got the feeling it might be bigger on the inside, but right now it's just fucking huge from the outside as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there is the gate, which, you'd have to get closer to know any details about the gate itself. But right now, you're just outside, just assessing.
Oh, I will take you up on that offer to check out the gate, but to check if there's any traps even in the vicinity, or if it's magical in nature. What kind of role are you thinking? That kind of investigation or perception?
Let's go investigation.
Alright. 22 for Bo.
Jeez, Bo, I love ya.
Bo,
Alright.
our fucking beloved.
Bo, our friggin' beloved. Bo, perhaps in a way, because this is you have a child, is one of the ways that this would probably help. You're inspecting this gate. And it seems incredibly easy to open from the outside. You can see how the mechanism would work on that front.
Mm-hmm.
You can also see, as you're looking at it, that this mechanism seems as though it's incredibly easy to open from the outside, but not from the in.
Okay.
As though someone could, if they knew the exact way of opening it and manipulating it, or doing something else to get through, but once you're in, you're in. That's what Shady Deals is. It's the place people go when they've got nothing left. It's where the black market, the toon trade, all those things happen out of here. It's a place of no returns, in a sense.
Yes, in her own words, she will relay this information, basically saying the gate is not trapped, but if you try and leave, it will be harder. Seems to be some sort of specific mechanism that you need to do to exit this place.
Not impossible. Mom got out once.
Hmm.
Could Teal look for any other way in or out around the gate? Because, like, sure, there is the gate, but, like, is there any place, like any windows or any vent or something that he could be looking for?
What's Teal's passive again?
Passive is 14.
Alright, I'll allow you to roll for it, but I'm going to tell you that there's... In fact, you know what? Roll for it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Does a passive of 24 notice it?
Fair point. Alright.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Asclepius Ash is fucking fantastic and an absolute delight, and I adore him. His passive.
Oh no, this isn't Jacques. This is Asclepius.
Asclepius. Why did I say? Damn. Anyway, drink more coffee.
Wizard with the fucking observant feet. Or no, wizard. Cleric with the observant feet.
Indeed, it makes any deception around this guy really freaking hard. Anyway. It's with the 15 you can get stuff, and same with Asclepius, same with basically anyone who actually looks. The walls curve inwards as though trying to climb out from the inside is hard. Getting in, perhaps? It looks as though it would be almost painful to try and climb this wall. Perhaps as a deterrent to stop little children who come up to this place deciding, hey, I want to climb that. But it does seem a bad idea to try and climb. There are no windows, there's no vents. It's industrial and cold. It's not designed with Toontown's vibrant life, with Inkwell's life and vitality and joy. It's one of the sharpest places you've ever seen. And not in a good way.
A one-way door to a shady place where a very potent antagonist lies. Anyone feeling like this is a big hole trap? Or is it just me?
Trap or not, we have to get her back.
Oh, we absolutely do. We just know what we're getting into.
Basically walking into the lair of a dragon right here. And as someone who has actually done that before, we need to be on our guard. I have a thing that might give us an advantage in, at the very least, being able to sense any possible attackers.
Mm-hmm.
If this works the way I think it does. But if it doesn't and I'm wrong, then it's not so much going to be helpful. But
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to get an edge, the edge anyway.
does, based on what I've seen of the Grave Hunter and based off what I've seen of the Thing and of Lynn, does this feel like the kind of curse that makes those afflicted by it undead?
Yes. Not all of them, but yes.
Fantastic. Okay. Asclepius is gonna go up to the gate, not stepping through it, just going up to it. And then he's gonna use his first level grave cleric ability, Eyes to the Grave. Are there any undead within 60 feet that aren't behind total cover and aren't protected from divination magic?
There are none protected from divination magic and Asclepius? It's 60 feet is how far you can reach out with this, right?
Mm-hmm. In every direction.
Asclepius? Inside is teeming with undead. You can literally sense it as you're reaching out, and you know there are some undead that are solid in that sense. They're being held on by threads of life. Others that flicker and sputter between the undead and the living. And some that are undead but just feel faint beyond measure. And they flicker in and out of your awareness in that 60-foot perception of, you can tell they're in there. They don't seem to be staring at the thing. They're not still, but they all shift and move in your awareness. And because you can also get, behind you, you can tell that there are little things, these undead, that are moving in the sparse area around you. You can't see them when you look. If you actually turn to try and pinpoint, but they are there. Far less outside than in.
Cool. Boy. Asclepius just makes kind of a little hand gesture, and Jacques goes, "Shit. All right then. Well, the good news is it worked. The bad news is they're not just in there."
Rai is immediately just sort of looking around.
Would anyone like to roll me perception? Just...
Sure, why not?
If anyone ever asks,
not?
would you like to roll perception? My answer is always going to be yes.
One day I want someone to go. I want someone to go.
Hey Bo, you're not gonna fucking believe
There
Oh
we
god,
go.
what did you do?
That's Jacques.
Oh my god.
Which one's that?
Oh my goodness!
Oh, nobody can perceive today.
That's Asclepius.
Hey, there we go.
You wound us-
Are we doing this again where you have one character that's going to roll all ones and the other 20s?
I hope not.
Oh god. Okay, I'm never going to... I love you all so much. I love you all so much. Alright. Let me roll a quick thing on my... Okay, yeah.
It's like beating a 20 fucking 9.
Yeah, you cannot beat a 29. It's physically impossible with these guys' stats. It's great. But as you all are looking out, it's... Let's see. We got a 14. We got a 14, and then the next one after that is 29. Everyone got below that. Just, jeez. It's just... I love you guys.
It's fairly close. 4, 8, 9, 14, 15, and then you just
Okay. Okay, the 14 and the 15. Wait, who got the 15?
That was from the last one.
Oh, that was the last
Yes.
one. Never mind.
It was.
Yeah, no, it was the 14 and then 4, 9, 8, and 29.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Jacques, Bo, it's friggin' dark, my dudes. It is like, it's 3 a.m. Or no, it's not 3 a.m. It's almost
5 a.m.
6. It's
5 and a bit.
Yeah, 5 and a
5
half.
and a bit.
So it's sunrise is in half an hour or so. You're still a ways off from that. It's dark, it's eerie, it's quiet. It is actually scarily quiet in a way. Besides your own breathing, besides your huddle, there isn't any noise. That's what you guys get with that. Teal, you also can't see anything, my dude. I mean, maybe it's because you were blinded before in the past, but your darkness and you don't work here, buddy. Rai, you are looking out into the dark, and you understand the dark in a sense. You can see maybe a flicker here or there, but you honestly can't tell whether it's actual movement or whether it's your imagination playing tricks on you.
Rai's got 60 foot of dark vision. Does that help?
It does not, actually.
Dang it. Magical darkness. Ah.
Yeah, exactly. Because Asclepius, you know that some of these patches of dark are unnaturally dark in every sense. And on that front, you can even see part of the flickers. Like, you know you shouldn't be able to see them. That some of this is like a magic or a feature or some sort of ability. But you do see flickers of red in the dark. Almost like, in a sense, candlelight in the dark. A flash of a red eye, of a smothered grin. They're not big enough to be, well, Grave Hunter. They're not big enough to be the thing. But you do see traces of that. Only 1 or 2 outside. And that's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so much waiting around outside we can do. Sometimes you just have to spring the trap.
Well, let's not keep our guests waiting. We do have a monkey to get back home.
I
Are we
think
going in loud?
go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we go in, can Bo tap her chest and cast Mage Armor because God, she's a wizard.
Yeah!
Yes.
Please do! Please do!
All right.
Please do.
How much does Mage Armor add to your armor class?
Ooh, this is gonna be fun. You touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor, and a protective magical force surrounds it until the spell ends. The target's base AC becomes 13 plus its dexterity modifier. The spell ends if the target dons armor, or if you dismiss the spell as an action. Bo's dex modifier is a +4, so that makes it a 17 armor class.
Congratulations, you
Nice.
got better armor than Jacques and Asclepius.
Who are wearing armor?
Slip wizard.
All right. I've made a note of it.
Rai's gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
That's
Okay.
wise. Yeah, I was kind of hoping.
Yes. It's all right. That's good. How long does that last? By the way, is it 10 minutes like Shadow Monk, or is it?
It's an hour. It's an hour.
All right, it's an hour. Ah, fantastic. Good to know. But yeah, you go to this door, and whichever one of you opens it, you get the feeling it should shriek as it opens, like that eerie noise that rusty gates make. But it doesn't, because of your pass without a trace. It's muffled to the point of not being heard. And you do step inside, and part of the darkness and the dreariness of inside, because this is... Outside there was at least a bit of colour. In here, it is far more grayscales and shadows. Everything having that edge of sharpness to it. And as you're inside, I will have you guys roll perception or history.
Alright, well, they're both equally good for Jacques, and this comes to seem like.
Okay, Teal's going to roll perception.
Okay. Alright.
No!
Oh, my beloved!
Bo's just too worried to look.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, God. I love you all. Alright, 16, 8, 21,
Oops,
19, 22. Alright. That's how we like it. Bo, I think part of the reason why, with your history, you're not getting anything is you're from Villestown.
Uh-huh.
You're from Villestown, and not only is this not directly Toontown, this is outskirts of Toontown. This is just place that people want to wipe off the map and forget, but can't, so just don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else on that front, as you're looking in, the style of this place doesn't seem quite right. It doesn't seem... You know this is a warehouse district, and from any bits of information or scraps you'd be able to get on this place, even just knowing in passing, it doesn't fully feel like a warehouse district now you're in here. It's cobbled stone, which you feel is not quite right. Like it wouldn't have been here last time anyone managed to get a picture from inside here. The warehouses themselves are tall and imposing and almost gothic looking, but not in a way like Halloween Town is. It seems older. And there is an edge to the air of something that almost sets your teeth on edge, a buzz of underlying magic that maybe you've read about in a history book, in a sense. Or a geography book about how there's these valleys underneath Inkwell. You're not sure whether it's fully related. In fact, with a 19 and a 22 and a 21, in fact, yeah, I'm going to give that. You guys know that the Uncanny Valley, if you've ever heard of that. Have you three heard of that?
Jacques and Asclepius definitely have, considering that one of those branches runs under Halloween Town and is responsible for a lot of why Halloween Town is like that.
Yeah. So this seems incredibly familiar on that front. That the Uncanny Valley is part of what's fueling this place in a sense. As well as other factors that you can't quite get yet, but you can definitely tell why this place is so confusing for people to go into sometimes. And it is a maze of a place.
Don't like that. I'm gonna have Rai try and roll, not roll, but just use locate object on anything he could possibly think of that Lynn might still have on her. So, like, her brooch or her key or anything like that. Or a business card. She might still have that.
How far does that spell go?
It's 1,000 feet, huh?
1,000 feet.
Oh,
1,000 feet if the object is known to you.
Yep. It's Rai you cast, and do you want which one of them would you go with specifically? Just out of the three, because you're gonna get stuff. Don't worry.
Probably. Let's go with the key.
All right. As you cast, there is immediately a mental idea of a ping, and you can feel it. You know it's here, and you know it's further. There's no straight streets or paths here. It's all winding like a maze in a sense, but you can feel it. You can feel it deep within Shady Deals. You know it's here. You can find it.
Unless anyone tries to stop him or has anything else to say, he's just going to zero in on that direction and go. He's honing in on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jacques is doing that thing that we discussed in DM's Vwild. You remember the key?
Indeed.
Yeah. So he would also ping, and, like, start, like, noticing that Rai's going off and be like, hold on, you're the one keeping us stealthily. You need to stay in the middle of the pack. Let's all go together.
I think it's this way. The sooner we find her, the sooner we can get out of here.
Very true.
We're off then.
I'm gonna recommend that we all roll stealth.
Yes!
That's true.
I'm highly recommending it as well, but seeing as you guys have got a friggin' +10 to all of you, just don't roll on that one!
Don't roll on that one. It's a simple disaster.
Vwild, if you have jinxed me, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Like that.
I
Jesus
love
Christ.
you! I'm
You
gonna
could
jinx
add
you!
a 10
That's
to
a
that
nat
plus. I
20
hope you
from
know that.
Teal!
That's a 39 from our rogue there.
Teal, that is amazing! You got a nat 20! You are invisible, even by your standards!
Yeah.
Vwild, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
It's not a nat one.
Not that one.
It's bad.
Not that one.
Okay.
I'm a fucking 3. Asclepius, on the other hand, did marginally better.
Okay. I'm just
No,
gonna...
still a 19.
Okay.
19 is still perfectly respectable.
It's really bad for pass without trace roll.
Okay.
True. But
Oh yeah.
just imagine if you didn't have pass
Yeah,
without
hold
trace
on.
on. It would have been even worse.
Okay.
What the
You are a
that's the
group.
trace, yeah.
You are a group, so I'm going to say that it's a group check in this sense. Especially as seeing as what the little things just rolled. But as you're going through, you do hear this subtle growling noise that seems to rise and fall through the air. Every last one of these little things, in a sense, in sync. And you do see, as you guys are walking, as you guys are heading deeper in, further in, because it is so much here, it stretches on and on. And you do see the flickering eyes, and for a second, Jacques, there's something that almost sees you, but somehow you are able to just slip in with the others and be undetected. It is incredibly close, but you are safe as a group. And you journey on, this place winding and chaotic, but you both have a path. Is there anything anyone would like to do as they're going along?
Sharks is on the lookout for Grave Hunter.
Yeah, just being on general lookout is the vibe right now.
In fact,
Mm.
would anyone like to roll... If Jacques, if you are specifically looking out for stuff, would you mind rolling me an investigation?
Beans. Oh no, it's fine. No, it's not. That's the wrong thing. Oh no, it's fine. Still +5. That's 17. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Where the fuck?
Jacques, perhaps the reason why your stealth wasn't so great is because you are looking. And you don't see Grave Hunter, but you do see something that catches your eye. Just as you're going along, there are points in your path where something doesn't quite add up. Where you see almost this splatter-like effect on the floor and the nearest warehouse walls, as though something has stopped and given itself a shake and ink has come off. And the first time you see it, it's just light, it's almost easily missable. And then as you journey further, you see it again. And again. And then at one point, it almost seems to stop entirely, and you can see these claw gouges in the ground as though something dug in its heels. And at that point, you can see almost a dent in the wall, as though something was fully slammed into something for not behaving as it should. And that's the last trace you can get of that. But the size of that imprint, the size of everything here, it's about the size that you'd expect of the form that you saw of your Grave Hunter.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 1 second while I just see how well he's hiding this. Pretty well, okay. He's keeping his cool. He's keeping it calm, cool, and collected. Outwardly.
Hmm.
How is he doing
Internally, he's like, ah.
Oh boy. You know, being the mayor of a town of tricks and japes and gentle spooks, you don't tend to get very mad very often, you know? It's generally more chill.
Oh
So he's
boy.
not quite sure what to do with this burning feeling. So he's gonna follow the example of his husband and store that away in a little box in the middle of his chest to be unleashed constructively or destructively, depending on how things go.
Indeed. We love to see it. Well, I'm pretty sure someone's not going to love to see it, but we don't care about them because we're going to beat them to death. And,
Absolutely.
and I love you all for it. But I think this is a good time to have this happen. Because I actually rolled something before this game happened because I learned a little trick about something that Lynn had been able to do. And I went, no, she couldn't possibly be able to do this. And then, of course, I rolled a 97 on a percentile die, and I went, you know what, fuck it.
Interesting, very interesting. What?
Yeah. But there's a language that Lynn's been learning from someone. From Lethe. An echoed language. An echoed language that only works, it can work long distance, but only if two people have something important. One has given something to the other and the other back. And Jacques, as you are inspecting all of this, as you're bottling up that anger, you feel the business card in your hammer space that had gone so icy cold suddenly, subtly warms just for a moment, flickering. And there is a feeling at the back of your mind of someone putting a key in a door. It's Lynn.
Wait. Hold on, wait, what?
Lynn is using something of echoed language where you have her business card and she has the brooch. She's casting something, it's not sending, but it's as close as she can get at her power level of using everything she has to try and reach out to you. And speaking in echo.
And she sent a key, the key.
No, it's
in the door,
mentally.
in a door.
It's like the memory of putting a key in a lock. You kind of have to answer for there to actually be a conversation. But it's the best thing she could think of how can I make this person think, hey, this is me.
Okay, alright, well, Jacques is gonna send back a very, like, concerned, protective kind of query of you good, fam? In a far more elegant way as befits his speaking manner, but...
Okay. There is an immediate rush of relief. Holy peck, this worked! Holy shit! And then, because this magic works in memories, and so this is where I have to take over for a second as your DM and give you in essence what Lynn's message is. So, yes, I did write this down.
Good.
Because the mental door opens and Jacques, your perception shifts as you're hit with a memory, but it's one you know, but from a very different perspective. Of your kitchen, of the island table, of a form sitting dwarfed in a chair at that table, legs swinging, yet feeling the safest she has in years. There's a skeletal hand wrapped around your claws, soothing and gentle and banishing the growling and paranoid spiraling just for a moment so you can actually think. Then another memory right after that one of a large yet soft hand, one you're very familiar with, even outside of this form. It's gentle on your shoulder, a balm and a comfort against burning and tearing, restitching something back to whole. It's safety and security. The promise of help if danger ever called, and it has. There's the feeling of a kaleidoscope of hugs, of gazing at warm faces from the party and many other that you don't know. And you know they're your family. And then there's a flash of fondness and then desperation, a flicker of the fire that you saw before, and of the last shot that Lynn saw of you all, of choking black smoke and fire and a twisted form that she knows. She knows that form, she knows who that is, and she knows that it's coming towards you all, that it did come towards you all, and she doesn't know that you all made it out safely, but she's praying. But there's something wrong with the way that this message is coming to you, this flow. Subtle stops and starts and tremors and almost ripples to it, like a damaged film reel in a sense, as if the person speaking is starting to have difficulty talking through gritted teeth. And then it shatters, and you're not looking at memory, Jacques, you're looking at the present state. There is a wave of pain and claws digging into a scarred shoulder. There's the feeling of scrabbling against an unyielding grip and your feet kicking at empty air. You're not touching the ground. There's a warehouse, and you know this is the one. This is the warehouse from back then, the one from her nightmares. There's stained glass and dark red and smoke, and there's a thick red haze and a voice. Always so defiant, my dear. Oh, enough of that now. And you feel your right wrist, or Lynn's right wrist, is grasped, her entire hand engulfed. And there's a burning as it grasps too tight and twists. And as desperately as you, as she, as Lynn, but this is also you. As desperately as they try, the brooch is ripped from grasp. the comforting weight and smooth metal gone, and there is fear and a sense of loss clinging to the edges of this echo message, because that's a lifeline. This connection is the tether of her hope. And there's a predatory smile, shifting and stretching beyond outline, a smile in the dark, with glowing eyes, both scarred and slit-pupilled. And the form continues to shift slightly as you stare at it. A dark blue suit that seems to flicker other hues, models, warping constantly as though trying to evoke imagery of others, of other people in suits, other tall people, but then that gaze seems to look through. And lifting the struggling form higher, the thing says, "I'll get you something better now. Say goodbye, detective. Jacques!" And the message cuts out with a blinding flash of burning red. And Jacques, not much time has passed. But you are back, your vision clearing. As you see everything around you, you're back outside. I'd like for you to make a wisdom save, just because, wow, that was a lot.
Man's got it. That's a nat 20.
Fantastic.
The fuck is your modifier?
It's...
+3.
There is... All
Man's
right.
got it. Man's got it.
The last
I
thing...
need a
Like-
save for me.
Yeah.
Alright, Jacques,
Uh,
the last thing you get as you become fully aware of your surroundings is that blinding flash of burning red, the phantom of a simian scream, and the feeling that something has come undone.
I think he definitely paused when this happened. So you guys would probably notice he'd stopped moving.
yeah.
God. His poker face is good, but I'm hoping he fails this. You you absolutely see the everything that just flashes across his face. That was nat 1.
Wow!
Good. Okay. Yeah.
The confusion into relief, concern, amazement, and then just dark fury. You've never seen this man angry before, and you are now seeing the full weight of this rage. If he were anyone else, he would have made a really good barbarian. Well,
Well,
I mean, there's no way Rai would miss that because his passive is 15. So I think he's just sort of gonna look up
I
at
don't think anyone, especially
Yeah.
with a nat 1.
yeah.
Yeah, but like, there's the deception roll or whatever it was, and then there's actually looking at Jacques. But I'm gonna say that like Rai just sort of, is it Jacques? What? What is it?
And he doesn't immediately answer because he's trying to fucking figure out how to formulate words around this rage, without immediately snapping at everyone in the vicinity.
Because that's a great sign.
Yeah, no, he is fucking fuming, lads.
You're just going to lean to Asclepius. Does that happen often, if at all?
No. Jacques' silver tongue has failed him for once. But he finally gathers enough wits to go. They managed to make brief contact. She doesn't. My apologies. I am so angry I can barely speak. She wasn't aware that we've all gotten out. She is in pain, and I have never wanted to kill something so badly as I have in this moment. That's new. That's very new.
Did you see where she was?
Yes. The same warehouse. And he's looking at you, Rai, like, maybe you'll know what that means.
Rai is just gonna, he's gonna just pat his shoulder on the same side that Lynn's scar was. And then he's just gonna look around because he doesn't know which one that is, but if anyone wants to roll an insight on the kid, now's a good time.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Rai, you also might want
Yeah.
to roll an insight on yourself as something Rai, you can roll insight or arcana on yourself.
But also, bear your secrets to me, motherfucker.
Oh, Jacques, I love you. That is a plus 11 to your modifier. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man's got expertise in that.
Okay. Is Liz, are you gonna roll anything for Bo, or are you sitting
I'm
there?
sorry, I had to step away for a second.
Oh, bliss.
What was the roll again?
Insight.
Sight.
Right.
Woof.
Plus 3. 20.
Okay.
Nice.
Damn.
Great. Okay, so Teal, you have seen Rai's eye change color before, and it was white at some stage today, and then it went really dark blue. It's a new color. Everybody gets to see this new color. It's black. And everybody, like, you can tell there's something up because he's shaking. Everyone else, he's realized that what took Lynn did hurt her before, and that she's hurt, and he's pissed. Like, I mean, fair. Jacques is also pissed, but this is Rai. Rai's a wuss. And he's holding onto his shoulder and he's shaking, and he's just going to very stiffly turn in the direction of the key that he was going. And he is, without a word, just going again. He is so angry. He's gonna do something rash, probably.
Oh, boy.
boy.
Might I suggest that you don't?
Gonna say it in character and stop him, because he's just... No, I don't care if I'm breaking my promise to not do something rash. I'm fucking gone.
I mean, I would love to say this in character, but both of mine are going too.
They're just going off to fuck shit up. That's valid of them all.
I mean,
This is a spell I can't wait to use because I'm gonna flavor this. God.
But you all carry onwards further in, and I'm noticing that it's almost up on the hour. Would we like to take our break now? Because after this, we're probably going to be getting to the warehouse itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably wise.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Probably wise.
A quick
Okay.
break is a good idea.
All right. Let's take a 5-minute break, everyone.
yeah.
Cool.
Fantastic. I'm going to check out our wonderful gallery. How are we all today? Lots of yelling. We love to see it.
It occurs to me that Jacques' silver tongue feature does technically apply to ones, but also like no.
No.
No heart emoji.
No. If it's a nat 1, it's nat 1, my dudes. We cannot change this.
Yeah, most D&D doesn't tend to do crit fails or crit successes on skills. We're unique in that aspect.
That skeletal echoes, because that's what it was. I've rewritten that thing so many times.
Tip tap, tippy tap.
Please. I am going to mute and I'm going to make myself a tea. Because I've got a tea on the side that I want to make, so I'll be right back. I have caused reactions. I apologize.
There you have.
Don't apologize. Although I do
You
have
should
to
have.
say, Vwild, your voice for the thing makes me want to punch things.
Yeah, the thing has a very specific punchable voice.
On God, I have been biting my tongue because I've got some remarks I want to say that are not suitable for a family-friendly program.
Oh, bless. Because it's
But like,
just...
But
it makes
also-
me want to jump into my computer to punch him in the face.
Desperately.
like-
Desperately. I just want to fucking look this guy in the eye and go, boo, you whore. Fuck up. Also, what the hell are you?
Oh god, I adore you guys so much. But
That
yes,
better be on the recording, motherfucker.
this voice has been a year in the making. This voice has been a year in the making, and I am so delighted.
Yeah, both of mine have spells that I've never gotten to use before, which should be interesting if I get the chance to use them.
Magic.
Alright. Okay, we're all back. I've made my lovely tea. Because, yes, sometimes we have a lovely tea just as we're getting into the real bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
No.
okay.
That's right.
What? Huh? Did anyone else just hear the Roblox oof sound?
That might have been me trying to reach over. I don't know if I did that.
You made an oof noise. It was adorable.
Oh my god.
We've had the fuck word before. Yeah, I sure fucking hope you have. I say it in every other sentence.
Yes, I know. It's just sweary stuff is okay in my books because I love you all. I love you all and appreciate you all dearly. All right.
Who taught Morsky the fuck word?
Morsky can swear.
That's how you know it's serious business. Morsky wants to swear.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone's calm. I'm gonna have a sippy of water because you've all delighted me. No one say anything because I know you'll make me choke.
Anything.
Take a sippy. Take a big sippy.
All right. Thankfully,
Everyone's calm.
I'd
Yeah,
already
sure.
had the sip because I know you guys. Anyway, I love you all. Anyway, now that we're all back and everything's good, shall we dive back in?
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Goodbye, gallery. We love you. But we open back on our scenes, on the party now further enraged and all the emotions therein. And I did have Riot roll an insight, but bless you, kid, you're far too angry to feel anything else. So unfortunately, you don't
Very
quite catch
angry.
it. You don't catch it, kiddo. I'm sorry. But as you journey further and further, you can feel that tether, both Jacques and Rai, the feeling of finding the key. And you feel it get closer and closer. And as you journey further in, you don't have to roll survival or anything because the path almost seems sure. It's winding and twisting, but you can definitely feel it leading you to the center, to the heart of this place. And one warehouse that perhaps before all of this was just one of many that wouldn't have stood out in the slightest because that was what it was designed to be, a place of chaos and pain blended perfectly with the environment. But there is now one warehouse that stands taller than the others. 3 stories, with a part at the front where you can see the door. There's these blood red painted glass decals on windows up high that will let moonlight shine through. The stone walls, everything here, it's grand in design, gothic, ancient. You know this is the place. The door's before you.
Is it open or closed at the present?
It's currently closed. You can roll investigation on it if you would like.
I'm gonna do that. I get advantage on that.
Nice.
May I join in this investigation?
Yes, you can. Especially, in fact, Bo, you're very good for this one.
No, fun. And I love to be good for it.
Oh,
That's a 20.
Yeah.
oh.
Bo, you recognize this door mechanic again. But this one is slightly different. It's the same type as on the very front. How it opens easy from the outside and difficult from within. And as you're looking at it, it's higher up than the other one. The other one was for toons, for real kind, for anyone. This one seems as though short toons, short people wouldn't be able to open it as easily.
God.
Almost as though it was designed to prevent that.
Okay. Yep. We'll again reiterate. Similar to the gate in design, but also it's built to prevent shorter beings from escaping easily.
Then it's a good thing you've got me.
Right. And as Bo is seeing like Rai also doing this investigation, she like opens her mouth to say something, but she settles for just putting her hand on his shoulder and giving it a squeeze. It's not supposed to be in a way like get behind me. Is simply just an attempt at comfort, and then she removes it.
He does glance at you when you do that, Bo, and you can, when your hand is touching him, you can feel him trembling. But he doesn't say anything, and he just keeps looking around at the door. Specifically, he's looking to see whether or not there is a half-inch gap at the bottom or at the sides by chance.
With an 11, I'm gonna give it a right. It seems fully sealed.
Gang.
Like, this is a door that has been designed to stop anything getting out. And getting in, maybe, but you got the feeling that you probably don't want to go in alone.
Well, we're not alone and we're not unarmed, and if that's where Lynn is, that's where Rai wants to go. So Rai's gonna have this appraisal of the door and then just turn and look at the tall person.
Asclepius specifically is going to step up to do this because as a Fearbolg, he has an ability called Powerful Build, which means he counts as one size larger when determining his carry, push, drag, and lift capacity. So his push capacity is stupid high.
Indeed.
So I think what he does is he just walks up. It's like, is it a push door or a pull door from this perspective? Or sliding?
It's a push door. As though once you burst in and the doors could stay open, but when they close, you're gonna have to yank and you can't yank. It's a pull door from the inside. So yeah, push is it.
Is it
It's push
one
for
door
you.
or two? Just for
It's two
sake of
doors.
cinematic effect.
It's-
Okay.
You're gonna be able to do the wide open bashy bashy.
Yeah. He walks up to the middle, looks over his shoulder like, we're going in. Yes? We're prepared for a fight?
Nod.
Nod.
Cool.
Rai is beyond words right now.
Takes a moment, puts his staff on like a holster attached to his back, rolls his shoulders, pulls his hands up, and then just shoves the doors wide open with a single hit, and then pulls the staff back out.
Oh, that is great. I love the imagery of that. And do you all go in? Because there almost seems to be a slight shimmer effect of the darkness of, once you step inside, you're going to be able to see better. But right now, it's hazy. The red haze.
Truly.
Just fucking dispel that.
Do you have the spell slots to dispel it?
I do. Yeah, I do. That's the end of that sentence.
But that's the other part of it, which is playing a caster is playing the management game.
Yeah.
Spellcasters, I guess.
Being a 9th level cleric means I do have a slight advantage over using that, but you know.
Okay. If you want to, or I can give you, because of your passive, because it's Asclepius. Doesn't seem as though it's a trap. It does seem as though it's a feature of this place almost. This place likes being cinematic, it seems.
Well, we do technically still have Pass Without Trace on, I think. So.
Yeah, it's been maybe half an hour-ish in here. So it's almost 6 o'clock, but you've still got for like half an hour, potentially.
Cool.
I do have one question as you're entering. Is anyone feeling fear going in here? It doesn't have to be fear for yourself. It can be for the situation. Just who's scared?
Rai's probably too angry to be scared right now. Like, I mean, he's worried about Lynn, but he's just like rage.
No.
I wouldn't say that like Teal is scared per se, but he's definitely like a bit out of his depth. But he because he is not used to go to shady deals or anything remotely nearly as dreadful as this place. But also he's out of the water for him, but also he's much too concerned about the kid that's still around with them, that look after the kid, and also get Lynn.
Yeah, I think Bo is like in that similar style, very direct with her thoughts. That fear isn't very much something she's feeling outright.
Okay, that is incredibly good to know on several things.
Jacques and Asclepius. This isn't the first time either of them have gone to war. I think by this point they've hit that kind of warrior zen point. There's some concern over Lynn, particularly from Jacques, who, fucking saw what happened. There's rage, definitely. But I wouldn't say there's fear. At the end of the day, this is Toontown. This is Einquell. This is the place where stories happen.
Indeed.
And what kind of story would this be if the villain won,
Indeed. It's these toons, this family has worked too hard for it to end in a tragedy. It's maybe in a real kind story, maybe in Faruma or other places, but no, this is Einquell. And there is hope in that. You've all faced different things, you've all faced many different challenges, but there is a surety there, perhaps.
We are the keepers of history. We are the keepers of legend. It'd be pretty fucked up if it just ended like this.
Indeed.
So with that, I think Asclepius is just gonna fucking walk in, and Jacques will follow.
As you all enter, there is a slight ripple-like effect of almost feels like mist over your forms as you do enter and change scene. And as you all come in, would you like to roll perception for me? Because you're in a
Yep.
new location.
Oh my god!
All right.
That
Double
sounds
nat
encouraging.
20s, baby!
Jesus Christ.
Dang.
I gotta make a note of all of you because I love you. You're all fantastic. You keep on rolling in the same order, which is absolutely delightful for me. Right, got a 16. Right, got a 16. Let's see. 15 from Bo. Double nat 20s from Jacques and Asclepius. We love our spookies. What did Bo? Bo got 15. Alright. Okay. There is a lot going on in here. It's... The first thing you get is, once again, it's quiet. As though things have already taken place, and this is the aftermath, in a sense. It's dark. Not fully dark, not pitch blackness, but it is almost to the point of dim. There are shadows everywhere. That red mist, a smell of ink and iron, of rot, of faint pumpkin spice that lingers faintly, but is overpowered by everything else. There's the signs of struggle, of giant claw marks in the ground, of gouges, of some small crates that have been shattered. It looks, well, less like a fight and more a game. Cat and mouse, wolf and monkey. It's... Bo, your eye is caught by cages that line one wall. And in those cages there is a pile of forms. They a different collective. Some of them you might even have recognized if you're very much looking in that direction as people you saw earlier in the streets. There is an unmoving form, bigger and larger than that, which Jacques and Asclepius you would recognize, actually, with your nat 20s. There is the slumped form of Grave Hunter off to one side. Bestial, but flickering in and out, like the ghost pepper effect used in theatre. The form you saw within the network, flickering and imposed over the form you know. Slumped, an arm over his torso, and a dark purple-blue, very tiny jacket placed over his torso as well, as though to try and hide something, because, yeah, that guy really got picked up before. That armor is destroyed. But moving on from that, there are those metal cages, and then as you look more, it's quiet, it's eerie, and there's something on the floor. Just pretty dead center, honestly. Gleaming in the pale moonlight. A little silver, well, Lynn's brooch. And you can't see the thing at first until... This place is 3 stories high. The 3rd story is nothing. And the 2nd story is a mezzanine, about 20 feet in the air, just slightly less than 20 feet. And it's 120 feet away, but you see a towering structure of metal. A throne. And there's someone there just going. And the cavalry arrives at last.
I really want. How far away is he?
About 120 feet and 20 feet up. It's honestly.
Alright, he's not in range of that. Never mind.
This bastard has specifically put themselves in a place where you're going to have to come further in to reach him. Or to reach them. This person is a bastard and a coward, and you know it.
I was absolutely just gonna vicious mockery, just go, boo, you whore.
There is dim torchlight that forms along the walls, illuminating everything a little brighter, a dark red, and you can tell slightly where that mist was coming from before. And yeah, I'm going to give this, because we had 2 nat 20s. As there's the clapping, Jacques Asclepius, one of the thing's hands, the palm of it, is a bright and familiar gold. And you're not sure how the thing managed to see all of you, but they are looking at you as a party. They just go, ah, yes, the rag and bone man with a foot in the grave. His loyal gravekeeper. And the serve.
You seem to know us. Might we get you on it?
As I told, well, one of your delightful little ones. And just what did you do to them after all my hard work? But, you can call me what my little dear one called me. The Thing.
Where is she? Where is she?
Ah, young Raymond, I presume.
That's not his name, but go off, I suppose.
And this guy entirely ignores you, Asclepius. They're now fixated on Rai. And there is just the grin. They go, oh, my little one was so fond of you. I'll admit I've seen you a couple of times. It was always fun to twist things that way.
Gonna quickly do a Whis save at disadvantage here, fam.
I'm very tempted to do something else. Because this one does actually have a range of 120 feet. And I think it would be really fucking funny.
Okay. I will say before you do that, there is one last thing that the thing shows just to drive stuff home, which probably will cause a reaction of... When they were clapping, it was concealed, but now there's the key in their hand. And you can see it. You're not quite sure how they... Well, you probably know how they got it off Lynn, seeing as... Yeah. She's not exactly here right now, is she?
Oh, in that case, make me a dex save at disadvantage because you're fucking holding the thing.
Oh, great. I shall do so right now. Okay. Just give me a second as I've got to do another thing. I am multitasking. I am Tokyo drifting.
Skirt.
Skirt.
I need to get some dice.
Okay. That is... Off the dice, that is... Okay. Just gotta... God damn it, sheet. Thank you for closing down right when I needed you, you piece of beef. Alright. That is a deck save, did you say earlier?
Yep, at disadvantage.
Okay. That is... At the lowest, it was... Yeah. At the lowest, it was an 18.
Yeah, that makes sense. You take 15 points of psychic damage. Unfortunately, the secondary effect doesn't go off.
Oh!
It explodes in your hand in a cloud of nightmare fuel.
That gets tossed to one side immediately, and...
It's gone.
Yeah.
There's nothing left of it. It just explodes.
Oh. The grin on their face freezes slightly in that way that the gritted teeth happen. And it's just... Oh, they hate that. Okay. They'll have to work around that in the future. They're not going to get the chance to run that in the future, but they'll deal with that.
Jacques is laughing at him, by the way. Genuinely. Did you not think I put a failsafe into my items? In case they fell into the wrong hands, those are very powerful. After all. I'm surprised, sir. With all you seem to know about us, you genuinely didn't really seem to know that. Maybe you're not as powerful as you think you are. Oh wait, you're definitely not, because we're going to kill you.
Oh, is that what you think?
Oh, this isn't a think, sir. That's a promise.
Oh, my dear boy. You couldn't even protect yourself. I've seen a great deal of things in my time. You were poisoned in your own home. Couldn't stop a lover turning on you. You couldn't even save your beloved mentor. And you think you can win here? You're not in your little farce of a town. Cast off your delusions. And they are just looking at you, and there was anger, but they've bundled all of their little emotions up real tight for what they're going to do to you later, they think.
You. You.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Someone
Alright,
else had to go
okay.
first. I can go last. Everyone else can go first.
Because we know
I just want people to make an insight check really quick.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll. May I roll for the thing?
You can roll for the thing.
Thank you. I'm gonna roll for the thing.
18's not bad.
Okay, thank you, thing. Apparently you're a piece of peep.
What do you roll?
Nat 20.
Oh,
I
Boo.
hate
What's the
them.
modifier?
Let's see. The modifier is... That's a -1.
You don't get it. Get fucked.
Thank you! Get fucked, thing! Get fucked!
I'm not letting this thing have a fucking critical success. You kidding me? No. Get
Yeah.
fucked.
And as your DM, I fully endorse this.
I don't actually think any of you get this.
Yeah.
He's got a good poker face. He's got a good poker face.
Mm-hmm.
As audience, are we allowed to know, or would you rather just keep that all nice and bundled secret?
He was hiding a small flinch.
Mm. Oh God.
You called Lynn because that's her name. Your little one. Because you're all the same. You people. Do you even realize how predictable you all are? As soon you and all the other people who have some semblance of power, as soon as you do, you just think, yes, you're so much better than anyone else. Other people are property to you. They're not even persons, they're just belongings. We are to teach you a lesson. And by the looks of it, might be the first one of your life, likely the last one.
And the kitten's growing claws. Quite a show of bravado. But ink is ink. It's almost a shame. I had UPA in a few weeks ago. But I'm sure you'll make an interesting design.
Boo, you whore.
And Lynn. Ah, yes. I'm afraid that name is a little outdated. And there is a snap of their fingers and they go, Champion, where have you gone? And underneath, because this is a 20-foot platform, and there is shadows and darkness and mist underneath. And you hear, in this silence, very soft footsteps. Too soft to be a little thing. Too soft to be one of these pets, one of these monstrosities. A familiar sounding footstep. Barefoot, as Lynn... No, not Lynn. Because this toon is silver and sepia, where Lynn is bright gold. A warped metal construct of a crossbow on one arm, an axe on her back. As Lynn comes into the picture, the detective, and I'll see if I can get the picture up, because I drew art for this. But just give me 1 second, my wonderful peeps. But there is... She comes into frame, and she comes so that she's visible even to the thing. Ah, here it is. And she looks... There is... You can see a slit pupil effect as through her hair, which is entirely down. You saw how it was in that braided updo earlier. Now it is wild and hanging around her. And you can see her eyes burning red, the flickers of it coming further out. And she looks at you all and bows. You erased my hard work, but I think you'll find I can restitch things given enough work.
For all that I'm being told that I'm the one doing bravado, but for all your talking, you still delegate the dirty work to others. Because of course you would use your props, because that's what you see them as, don't you? You would use your props to do the thing that might even slightly inconvenience you.
Well, when you have the resources, you use them. And I am all...
Alright then, coward.
Oh?
Well, that is what you are, is it not? Sitting up there on your throne, letting others do things for you. You're afraid. You don't want to face us because you know you won't win.
Oh, I'm gonna roll. Okay.
Please let that be a nat one. Please let that be a nat one.
It's not a nat one, but by God, it's a 6.
Jacques is calling him out. Jacques is calling him out.
Who's mad? Who's mad? Who's mad?
They stand up from in that throne where they had been almost languishing, and there is still the smile, because you think that's basically all the expression this one can do. And they're just like... They're almost inarticulate with rage for a moment. You've seen them try and be regal, and yeah, no, they're not regal in the slightest. It is odd that they've been wearing this really nice, specifically dark blue suit. Really nice silk shirt underneath it as well, but... And they just stare at you and go, oh, I am going to enjoy ripping you limb from limb. Champion...
Well, to do that, you'd have to get over here first, wouldn't you? Little bitch baby that you are.
Could I get people to roll an insight on Rai really quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I want to say the thing would, but I don't... The thing got a 9. They're not going to see anything.
Nice!
Oh, yeah.
Jacques is a little bit preoccupied, which makes sense. But Asclepius is not as preoccupied.
Cool. So everybody except the thing gets to notice this. So everyone except the thing knows Rai. They know that he is a Pokemon-y dark type, tempered by fear, by kindness, by love. But now, standing in your midst, there is a dark type who is no longer tempered. He is furious. If there was any part of him before that was not angry, now there is no part of him that is not angry. He is sharp. He is not black, but radiating darkness. Rai is going to cast Acid Arrow at 3rd level straight away. At the thing.
Hell yeah.
And that will make the distance, won't it?
Yeah, well, it's 90 feet.
So he's come further in, because this guy's still on the platform, but I am fully saying you guys can have walked in, because this is brilliant and I support it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I probably walked in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kill, maim, tear this bitch apart.
Tear the bitch apart!
Okay. Well, I have to make a
Now,
thingamabob.
I have to check to see if... I'm not sure if there's anything I have to do for this.
No, there is not. It's probably not going to hit him, is it?
Let's see. Dang it, all my screens decided now was the time to show me everything. No, that... I will say,
great.
You know what? I'm going to say something just because it's you and you're angry. The thing sees this arrow coming and steps out of the way just slightly. The throne behind them definitely doesn't have an armor class of 12.
Top of the throne!
Yeah!
Well, that suits me just fine, because Acid Arrow is one of my absolute favourite spells, because even if you pass, I feel if you don't make their armor class, you still take damage. And because he's casting it at 3rd level, I do add another d4, which means I get to roll 5 and d4. And he takes 6 acid damage. Maybe it splatters against the throne and the droplets hit him in the back. But he takes half of that. And yeah, so he just got sprayed in the back with acid for 6 points.
There
And
is a enraged howl. And they clench their fist at that, and Lynn, or the detective on the ground, does straighten a bit more. But that's all that happens there, and they just turn and, oh, right. Oh, they don't like you. You are a child, but oh, they don't like you.
The feeling is fucking mutual, bitch.
All right, and I think now is a time to roll initiative. And Whis, does the map that I upload the second time, does that one work?
It does in fact work. I will start a screen share as soon as I've rolled my initiative and my head stops working quite as much.
God almighty!
All right. Okay, you guys are gonna have fun.
Hold on, what the fuck is
Oh,
your
I didn't put a D in there. Dang it.
Jesus fucking Christ, you two. Jesus fucking Christ, you two.
Okay.
Sorry, not D20, sorry, 20 plus 3 for
Oh my
Jacques.
god.
Oh my god, Teal.
Okay.
Because,
Shake hands.
Wait, no, shit. Shit, fuck, balls. God, sorry, my brain is gone.
You added Jacques.
Yeah.
You added Jacques to the dice roll.
Sorry.
Jacques is now a number.
Jacques got a 23, Asclepius got a 20. No, Jacques got a 24, Asclepius got a 23. They both rolled that 20s.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, okay, out of,
I hate the icon you picked. I hate it. I hate it.
Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna throttle you. Ah!
I love you too.
Isn't it?
I love you too.
Cool,
Now,
cool,
let's
cool,
see.
cool.
Now, how do I manage to go back so I can actually see the thingies? All right, we have got a 24 Jacques, 23 Asclepius, 22 Detective.
Who's next after that?
That would be Detective with 22, I think.
Yeah, I got that.
The thing.
Let's
What's
see,
the-
the thing? Ha! Okay, that's hilarious. Thing got an 8.
Cool.
Silence in
Okay,
the
so
middle, I see.
thing. Yeah, silence in the middle, and then it's then it's Rai, and then it's Bo. Where's Teal? Where's Teal? Teal. Oh,
Where is Teal?
Where's Teal? Teal got a nat 1.
Teal, my beloved.
Okay,
Roll
so
better, please.
Jacques, Asclepius, Detective.
Oh, I have it now. It's now pinned in the roll zone
Okay.
for
Thank
yeah,
you.
but-
I love you. You are very much appreciated. So, the thing is still up on the platform. Lynn is down on the thing. Alright, so, what we're gonna do, guys? And also, I put you all, like, at the beginning. You guys can say you're further in, especially as, like, Rai said he was 90 feet away. I have put little coloured things at the top of pink and blue so that you guys could see, like, sometimes you could see that's 30 feet each thing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's actually really helpful.
I thought about it late last night, so I got up at 1 a.m. and went, I'm gonna make it colourful.
God, okay.
Okay, right
Right.
about there then.
Right. Fucking. What are you gonna do, Jacques? I would say both Jacques and Asclepius probably moved in like 30 feet into the room itself, so they're
Okay.
like 90 feet away.
So, okay.
Do you want to be flanking Rai or?
Probably just behind him. Would be fantastic. God, why are all your spells so short range? What's the? Yeah, okay. Not that one yet. You know what? You know what?
What?
Oh God, where the hell is? Am I within 60 feet of the thing? Is Jacques within 60 feet of the thing?
Not yet. You would have to get closer.
Okay.
You would sort of be, like, very close to Lynn at that point, or the detective at that point, but...
Yeah, that's what concerns me. Okay, we'll do it like this. So Jacques is gonna, get within 30 feet using, or within 60 feet using as little movement as he can.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go just straight forward? Because
Yeah,
that'll put you.
yeah.
That'll put you like there.
Maybe not right there. Maybe like, yeah, that kind of. Yeah, we'll go with that. What's your bardic inspiration? It's a D8. Well, it's an 8! Hell yeah! So take that. We're using unsettling words. Take that off of your next saving throw, and that saving throw. I just scroll back to my spells. Hold on. That saving throw is it's a wisdom save, please.
Okay, and that's for the thing?
That's for the thing.
Fantastic. All right.
Because I'm using my favorite fucking spell.
All right, that is a 15 minus 1 minus 8. Yes.
Oh,
do
cool.
Not...
So you fail miserably.
It's great. I love it. This guy is arrogant to the point of having a -1 in wisdom.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's only in there. So you have been hit with confusion. You can't take reactions. You must roll a d10 at the start of each of your turns to determine your behavior for that turn. Let me know what you roll, and I'll let you know what you do. Yeah. Get fucked, sir.
Oh, I adore you. I adore you so much.
Confusion, my beloved. And that's Jacques' turn,
right.
Which means it's now Asclepius' turn. Asclepius is going to do something either really smart or really dumb, and is going to just run straight up to Lynn.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What level do I do this at? Do I want to use my only 5th level on this? Is the question.
If you're doing what I think you're doing, roll me Arcana.
Yeah, okay. Ugh, that's not great. Where's your Arcana? It's 9.
Right. You know what? As your DM, I'm giving you advantage on this because
cool.
Asclepius does know. Well, he's seen this curse.
That's cocked. Okay. Can you stop being cocked, please? There we go. Oh, well, that's not much better, but it's better. That's a 14.
Right. You, Asclepius, you're looking at Lynn, and Lynn's looking up at you, and that she is growling, but it's simian. It's not a curse. Whatever this is that they've done to her, you don't think remove curse would work on it. You need to deal with the source, not that.
Okay. Does it look like the source is on her? Because I know she was wearing a collar.
Yeah. Which is a lovely collar, isn't it? But...
Well, it's going to be a dead collar in a minute. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic at 4th level on that.
Okay. Alright. Does anything happen to be rolled on that front? No.
If it's, so the way Dispel Magic works is the level that you cast it at, any spell on whatever you're casting it on at that level or lower is immediately dispelled. If it's any higher, then I have to make a roll, but...
Okay. For this, the collar itself dims. The light in Lynn's eyes, the red burning doesn't. You've taken out one aspect of stuff. It's honestly incredibly useful for the rest of you on something, because there was a doomsday sort of thing that Detective could have done that you've completely taken out of the equation. Good on you. But she's not free of whatever this thrall is. You think it might be a feature more than it's a spell. And also, Asclepius, you have an incredibly high passive perception.
You bet I do.
As you've gone up to Lynn, you see her flinch slightly. But she masks it. This detective masks it incredibly well, but you do see it.
We'll get you free. I promise.
There is just a hiss in response.
That's all he's got.
All right. Then, God, it's her.
Yeah.
Okay. And there are two people that are the closest to her. There are two people who are close to her.
If she moves, Asclepius is going to attack.
Mm-hmm. Thing is,
He's gonna hate it. He'll do it.
Thing is, she doesn't have to move to hit you both. Or she doesn't... Let's see. You're too close within range for her to hit you with an arrow, aren't you, Asclepius?
Oh yeah. If she tries to shoot, then she's rolling a disadvantage.
Okay. She's gonna roll to hit you, and she's gonna roll to hit someone else as well. Okay. Jacques does a 23 hit.
What's your modifier?
It is a +7.
That's now a 10. He's using a luck point.
Good. Alright. And the other one is going towards Asclepius. And that does an 18 hit. And that's with disadvantage.
That's a disadvantage? Okay,
Yeah.
that hits.
Alright.
I actually have to double check a thing, because this does this in Pathfinder, but not in...
Okay. So let's just check some things out. I'm gonna roll some dice. Okay. So, Asclepius, you are dealt... Let me just see. Thank you. Okay! That is max damage on her thing, an 8 + 4, so you get 12 damage, and Jacques, the arrow whizzes past you. It's incredibly, lucky that you didn't get hit with that, because you get a feeling
That would have been a chunk. Yep.
It was just it went past your neck.
Well, alright then.
And Lynn, or the detective, just gives a shake, and you can see there's this mist that's coming off of her as her outline shakes slightly. But she doesn't rage, because that was something that she could have potentially done. But you thwarted that. And so that's all in fact, would she? Would she move? Would it move?
I mean, if it does, it's gonna get bonked.
Yeah, you know what? It's actually it hasn't been told to move, so no, the detective stays where they are, just glancing between everyone, and there is just a low growling hiss coming from her.
Cool.
And that's...
oh, wait, hold on. He actually takes less damage than I thought, because he has temporary hit points.
Oh!
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Motivational speech, baby.
Oh,
yeah, I did.
Yeah, we all have we all have 5 temporary hit points, if I remember correctly.
Add that
Yeah.
on top of those temporary hit points, so let's go.
Yeah, we love to see it.
While you have these temporary hit points, you have advantage on wisdom saving throws, and if you're hit by an attack, you have advantage on the next attack roll you make.
Ooh.
So Asclepius has that advantage, and it's gone for him.
Okay, so that was... So he went up to 90, and then... Because I'm trying to be helpful. I'm trying to remember all your stats so I don't accidentally murder you all. I'm probably not going to murder you guys. I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah, no. Be prepared for me to be very vocal if I get to, zilch.
Yes. We're going to be aware of that. Okay.
Anyway.
But that's all that the detective is going to do. So, Teal, you're up. Oh, wait, no, it's the thing.
No.
It's the thing.
Yeah, it's the thing.
I'm not. It's definitely not him. He's at the bottom of the pile, isn't he? All right, and you said I had to roll a d6 before the thing goes every time?
D8, D10.
D10.
Um,
All right.
Forgive me, will I bring this back up?
Okay, that is a 3. The thing is having a fun time, aren't they? This isn't how they thought stuff would go. They thought
Confusion,
Get
sexy
fucked,
spell.
you stupid son of a bitch!
what do they do?
You don't move or take actions this turn.
Alright.
You
Fantastic.
can make a wisdom saving throw if you want.
Alright. I'm going to... That's a 2!
Nope. Not even close. You're still confused.
I love to see.
I love it so much.
Confusion is my favorite spell.
Their eyes are unfocused. Their golden fist is clenched tight, and they are snarling like you wouldn't believe. There is the start of a howl, but they don't do anything because they can't do anything.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful.
Alright, so next one is Rai. Rai, how you doing, kid?
Not great. How high is the ceiling? Just as a question.
It's 20, 30, so it's tall. It's tall. The first up to the second floor is 20, then it'd be 30, so let's go 70 feet.
Dang.
How
Okay.
high did you want it?
100 feet?
Yeah, no, I don't think we can quite manage that. I do apologise.
What's this for?
I was going to see whether or not I could have him be struck by lightning, but the roof's not high enough.
I think actually it is, because cool lightning, the cloud's only 10 feet tall. And it's 60 foot wide, and we already know the rune's bigger than that.
It says centered on a point you can see 100 feet directly above you.
Oh.
So unfortunately, for us, he doesn't get hit by lightning. However, Rai is currently nonverbal. He is hissing, and he is going to cast Erupting Earth at 4th level.
Hey! Alright, is that...
Directly underneath the thing.
Fantastic. Alright, do I need to make a dex for that, is that?
You must make it's a 20-foot cube, which he is directly in the middle of and everyone else is. It's a dex saving throw, yes.
Alright. Okay. Does confusion in any way influence any of that?
No.
Okay.
Confusion is just what you do on your turn. It doesn't affect saves.
Okay, that's
That's a different spell.
that is a 15 plus 1.
Unfortunately, I'm not close enough to be able to use that spell.
Alright,
Okay.
so that's a 16.
So that just meets it, beats it. So that means there's another reason why I really, really like this spell, because it's the same as Acid Arrow. You still take half. And because I'm casting it at 4th level, that means I need to roll 4d12.
Oh, that's nice. That's
And-
Wow.
So 33 divided by 2. Do we round up or do we round down?
Round down. 16.
Round down. He takes 16 points of bludgeoning damage. And the area around him is difficult terrain.
Oh. Right. This bastard is not having a fun time at all. Seriously.
Eat shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, they're eating dirt. Nasty dirt. This is rancid dirt. This dirt is definitely not used for farming of any capacity. Probably has bone meal in it, but that's about it. Alright. But yeah. Rai's
Rai's going to put him in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I sure hope he does.
Okay.
And that's all Rai can do this turn.
Okay. Is there anything... Well, actually, that's all he can do, so... Then it's, I guess, Bo! Bo! How you doing? How you doing, my darling?
Doing well. We fighting. All right. Okay. Cool and epic. First off, hammer space roll. That's a fucking
Oh,
fumble,
God.
bro. This is not the time to fumble.
Oh no!
Oh,
Okay, fine.
fumbling.
I don't know what 6 is.
It's pinned in this channel
Okay.
actually.
Uh-huh.
6 is a half full canteen.
Which is appropriate. Okay. Pulls that out, throws it away. That's another fumble.
I think you're
God
allowed,
damn it.
allowed 3 before it starts.
18. It's a spyglass.
Okay, cool. Number 10.
You're taking
Just
after
another
you.
one.
Oh my god,
That's-
you're
Rubber
taking
chicken.
after your kid. You are taking after your kid. Remember Tiffy with all
Yeah.
the things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, we remember that
Bring the trap
legendary
toy.
chain of fumbles.
I want this to be in the background of this very epic fight scene that's happening. Like everyone's doing their actions.
You
And
pulled out a
what-
finger trap toy.
Yeah. Another 10. That's a 2.
I
I just want to
think-
see how this goes.
I think
But you can do it.
I think at that point you're like using up your action. I'm not sure though.
I believe so. Well, that's a 9.
You pulled out alarm clock and then you pulled out what you want.
Okay. What you wanted to pull out was her broom.
Hey, the
Oh
broom!
my god.
So, 50 feet of movement straight up, just going towards the action. So that's... What would that be? I just like past that blue area, and then she's going to cast a magic missile at 2nd level.
Can she do that if she fumbled so much?
I don't
no,
know.
it's you've used your action basically.
Oh fuck!
It's you'll get them next time. You'll get them next time.
Oh fooey.
Yes, I'm sorry.
want-
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm double checking if she would use this spell. No,
Oh.
because she understands she's a wizard and she's not going close combat, so
Understandable. Have a nice
we'll
day.
not, we'll not use
Mhm.
that bonus action.
It's like magic weapon or something.
Yeah, but anyway, she's at least she's airborne and can go airborne, so
Yes.
she's not underground.
Yes. All right. So that's Bo done. Hey Teal, how you doing, buddy?
Teal is going to kill someone today, and so considering that he has very little thing that he could do at range, he's just going to straight up dash to double the movement speed and go 60 feet to join the fun.
Oh, joining the fun. We love to see it. We really
Are you
do.
gonna cunning action dash again to get really in close?
Oh, I could do that. Hold on. How far? He's going to cunning action dash, but not all the way through. Just close enough that he is within 90 feet of the thing.
Do you want to be around about there?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And is there anything else that Teal wants to or can do in this bit?
No, there is nothing else that he can do so far.
Okay, so we go back to the top of the round, I believe.
Yep. So Jacques is concentrating on confusion, so that's that. But he will because you might as well start styling on him.
Bard.
Bard. How many D4s is this? This is just 2. Hey thing, roll me a wisdom save while I come up with an insult.
Okay, that is a 16 minus 1.
Alright, you fail.
Hey!
Honestly, if this is what you have for us, I'm genuinely disappointed in you. I thought you were going to be some great big foe with how much Lynn had talked you up, but you're really quite pathetic. You take 3 points of psychic damage, because I rolled terribly. You have a disadvantage on your next attack roll if you get to make one.
Yeah. Right, 3 points, okay. I am absolutely loving this. I knew you guys were going to tear them to shreds, and this is fantastic. I adore you all.
Meanwhile, Asclepius is going to die. Okay. Actually, wait. Jacques' bonus action, once again, going to Unsettling Words. This is after the Vicious Mockery. Okay. Take a 5 off of your next save.
For who again?
For the thing,
Fantastic.
specifically.
Okay.
Okay. Oh boy, which one do I use? Okay. Here's what we're gonna do here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use my 5th level spell slot on this.
Mhm.
Asclepius holds up his staff with the crystal on it, and then says something in Giant, or no, in Sylvan, in Elvish. Sorry. Does anyone here speak Elvish?
Nope.
No. No, I
Cool.
almost gave the thing that, but no.
Cool. So no one quite understands what he says, but punching down from like to just engulf where the thing is sat
Mm-hmm.
is a burningly bright beam of dawn.
Oh.
Make me a Constitution save, please, and take 5 from the result.
Great. That is
Desperately hoping.
that is a 17 minus 5. In fact, yep. Minus
He
5.
fails!
Yep.
Fails!
Yeah, that's
Cool.
Yes! And also,
So,
I gotta ask, is
where
this
are my
radiant?
D10s?
Is this radiant?
There they are. Okay. Oh shit! Nice. That's almost max damage. Jesus Christ. It's 10 plus 9 plus 9 plus 10. I rolled really well for this.
Okay, and
Oh,
I have to
yeah.
ask, is this
Good.
radiant damage?
So you take that much radiant damage, and if you stay in the cylinder, whenever you end your turn there, you have to make that save again, or take more damage.
All right, and you said it's specifically radiant.
It's radiant damage, yes.
They're vulnerable. Double it.
Shit.
You don't fuck with clerics, guys.
Ah,
Not if you're undead.
damn.
5th level spell slot used successfully.
Alright.
And this lasts for a minute, by the way. I can keep this going for 10 more rounds, or 9 more rounds.
Ooh.
Great. I love you so much. I am delighted.
And Asclepius is going to move back. back to by Ryan Teal.
Would that inspire an opportunity attack from Lynn?
Yeah, it would.
Okay. And she doesn't every time have to use her her bow. She can just lash out. Okay, all right. She can't do the thing that she was originally going to be commanded to do, but let's see. What is that would be plus her strength modifier if she's just lashing out. Okay, just give me 1 second because I don't normally do this. Okay, let's see. All right. Does a
76 points of damage. Nice.
Does a 21 hit Asclepius?
What's the modifier on the attack roll again? Sorry.
This one is different. It's only a +3.
Okay, well, an 11 won't hit because Jacques is using another luck point.
Fantastic. Oh, that's how luck points work. I thought it was a reroll.
Yeah, you can just choose to change someone else's attack roll, which
Okay.
is neat.
Alright, on that
Yeah.
front, there is Asclepius, as you go back, there is the detective in front of you detects motion and lashes out with her right hand. And Asclepius, with your passive perception, that hand is entirely grey. There is a dark red handprint over and around that hand as though someone had, well, engulfed and twisted to get her to release something. And that is definitely not her colour, and it's actually frayed. Incredibly so. You can see her fur and outline has frayed beyond measure on that hand. And
Cool.
there is just
Cool,
another,
cool, cool, cool,
and there is
cool,
just
cool.
another hiss.
Asclepius is in full-on I am going to end you mode right now. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine.
Indeed.
Yep, so that's that.
Okay. And is that everything that Asclepius can do? Because he's done amazing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot to move Jacques. I'm just going to move Jacques back toward the edge of the
Up near those chests. So...
Yeah.
Ba-dum.
Alright. Fantastic. We love to see it. There are now... It's Detective's turn. She can see everyone now, so I'm gonna need to now start rolling stuff. Okay. Great, that's not fun. That is... Okay. Jesus Christ, okay. Things going for emotional damage, it seems. Right. I'm just gonna roll some more dice.
These both against Jacques.
No, thankfully, not both against Jacques. Okay, Jesus Christ. 17 plus 7 against Jacques.
Shit, that hits.
Yeah. And the other one is a dirty 20 against Rai.
Of
course it is.
Okay, a dirty 20, yes? Not a nat 20?
Not a nat 20, thank God. I don't think Lynn would ever forgive herself if that happened. But let's see. Alright.
Jacques is going to, it's fucking Acme affected this, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, that is 11 points of damage for Jacques, so that'll be
Reduced to
half.
5, there goes his temp HP.
So, yeah. And then for Rai, that is 9 points of damage to Rai.
No, I'm just looking at the Acme effect. How does that... It becomes resistant to any non-magical attack once per long rest.
Yep.
So there's that...
Half
It halves it. Yeah, halves it.
Okay. Well, Rai's at a high enough level that once, so I'm gonna do that too.
All right.
So that's 4? 3, 4.
9 halved is 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
4. Okay.
Maths! We can do it!
Which means we've still got temporary hit points, which is fun.
Nice.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I've got one of those now.
Listen,
So let's see,
it's
that
important.
is... Yeah.
And because you got hit, you got advantage on your next attack, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Advantage on
that
next
would be
attack.
splendid. That'd
Yep.
be splendid. Does that count for spells too?
Yeah, it's just your next attack. It doesn't have to be the weapon attack thing.
Splendid.
You can...
Is that
That's-
everything that Lynn does?
That is all that Lynn does, but you can see she's... If anyone wants to, they can roll perception or medicine on Lynn.
Perception or medicine? Interesting.
Definitely need to roll
Rai's not
perception.
in the mental state to do that right now.
Cool. That's a dirty 20 medicine for Asclepius, and then
shit.
26.
Right.
Perception check.
Okay, so... Teal, you get the idea that... Like, you've seen Lynn in fights. You've seen her fight a lot before. She can do more than this. You've seen her hit things incredibly hard, and there does seem to be something there. Asclepius and, let's see, well, Asclepius with a dirty 20, I'm going to come back to you. Jacques, you see the way this is some sort of charm on Lynn. She is being forced to do this sort of thing, but there is a way that she seems to be digging in her heels. The way her tail is under 1 foot now, just crushed slightly as she tries to take focus elsewhere. And Asclepius, you see that mist from before as Lynn's fur frays, and it actually comes off of her. She's giving everything she can not to be a barbarian in this moment. She's doing everything she can, and it's not doing great for her, but she's trying. Even if she doesn't herself realize it, she's putting everything she has into this. She's aware to an extent. And that's all you get. We're moving on to the next person, I believe, which is the Thing. Oh,
Roll me a
joy.
D10.
Pardon? Right.
Roll me your D10.
D10. That is a 9.
Fuck.
Oh.
Do things as normal.
Right. Well, the Thing's had a delightful time with all of this. The Thing's had some unsavoury stuff, not quite its style. And they blink, and they look about, and they just go, well, no use delaying the inevitable. And they step off the platform. And as they do, they pass through the shadows and the darkness, and they hit the ground with a judder through bones, yet utterly silent. And then from those shadows, they shift. And they come out.
Are they staying there?
Well,
Yeah. And
If they're staying there, then they need to make a save again.
Yeah. And they will need to make a... they are going to take damage from the fall, because yes, I am going to make that happen.
Wouldn't it be really fucking funny if this knocked them out?
Okay, no,
That'd be
Abby.
hilarious.
They took 2 points of bloody damage.
Teal! Come on!
Alright.
How does difficult terrain work? Because they have to
Alright,
move through
difficult-
difficult terrain
Oh,
in order to do that.
double the movement it takes. So if you're moving 5
Okay.
feet through difficult terrain, it takes 10 feet of movement.
Alright, so,
Okay.
yep. So, okay, so yeah, they are gonna, their movement is ridiculous, so they're gonna be okay, but they're not gonna move anywhere. They stand behind the detective, and I need everyone to make me a, let's see, what kind of roll is this? Just give me a second. I think it's wisdom. Yeah, I need you all to make me a wisdom saving throw, and yes, I mean all of
Oh
you.
boy.
Jacques and Asclepius, you do have advantage.
Oh, neat. Okay. Alright, then
A
roll it.
wisdom saving throw. Oh, okay.
Shots first.
Right?
I mean,
Ooh, nice.
Rai, I love you.
Nice,
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
Okay,
I
so
do some
Teal
wisdom?
is hit. Rai is not hit. Bo is not hit.
yes.
Hold on. I gotta roll 4 dice.
Yep.
Asclepius, what's your... Oh, you're definitely fine. You're gonna be
Yeah.
fine, dude.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alright.
God.
Only
the other one's Asclepius.
only one of you is affected. Teal, I'm sorry. But the Thing grins from behind the detective and howls. And it's this horrible grating noise that rings through the air that doesn't sound lupine. It sounds like so many different things at once as they're sketching warps and changes. And it's a frightful howl. Teal, this seems to sink through your bones and sketch, and you suddenly feel nauseous, your hands shaking with something akin to fear, but you've been poisoned.
Ooh.
You will be able to make this. You'll be able to make this save again. Don't worry. But yeah, for this round, you are poisoned. And the rest of you, fun fact, you all passed. You're now immune.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
yeah. That tends to
Tasty.
be the way that thing works. Is that the end of that turn?
They could do an action, but well, actually, no, that was their action. So yep, that's it. That's it.
Cool. I'm gonna let you finish then, but make me a wisdom save and then a constitution save, please.
All right.
Ooh.
Wisdom save. All right.
You're
that
getting
is-
blasted
All right.
twice.
Okay, that is an 18 minus 1 for the Whis. And that is
Damn. All right.
And that is a nat 20. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay.
Yeah.
So confusion's down now. You managed
Right.
to save against it, which is a shame. That's exactly what you needed, actually. However, while you do only take half your vulnerable, so you actually take the whole of this amount.
Yeah.
1 second while I just do math really quick. This one isn't as good because I didn't roll as well, but it's still pretty good. Take another 29 points of radiant damage.
Alright. Okay, just let me... I'm not going to say this out loud stuff because I'm being good. I'm being a good DM. I'm going to get a good I'm going to get a good...
How is it looking, by the way? Is it look bloodied or?
It looks as though it's been knocked below half health now.
Bloody.
Oh, nice. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll save that for a thing.
Just knocked below half health. It's not happy. It doesn't like any of you, and it really
that's fine,
shows.
that's
We don't
But
like
then
it
again-
either. It's
yeah.
fine.
All
We don't
right.
have to like each other here.
Yeah. But hey Rai, how you doing, buddy? Because it's your go now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll him another Whis save at disadvantage for something. Ah, that's a 24. Okay,
Nice.
fine. So the kind of aura around him kind of just eases a little bit, and I'm gonna chalk it up to that arrow that sort of cut into his shoulder, on the spikes in his shoulder, and it kind of jolted him a little bit. And his eye is still black, but he's not gone off the deep end. He's clambered back up onto the side of the pool.
Hey.
And he's still beyond words though, and he's just gonna cast Acid Arrow at 3rd level.
Okay.
16 at the thing.
Okay, let's see. No, I can't give you that feature because you're not in the right bit. But no, it just barely misses.
Okay, that's still 5d4. Yep, 5d4. So 6, another 6 acid damage
Nice.
from this green arrow that just sort of glances him as it goes past and splats on the wall behind him.
All right, 16 points. Did you say?
6, not 16,
Oh,
6.
six.
I would love for it to be 16, but no,
16 would be great.
not. 16 would be splendid, but no, 6.
Yeah. Rai, you get the distinct feeling that the thing really, like, out of everyone, there is someone that they specifically hate more than anyone else, but you are slowly rising. Because, yeah, they thought you were a squishy. Their little thing a long time ago managed to get you very well, and now they're pissed off that you're fighting back. This isn't how things normally go when they have little things around them.
Suck my non-existent dick.
I don't think you want them anywhere near any dicks. Seriously, teeth. But, yeah, is that all Rai's doing?
I think everything else that he has to do at this point is an action, which he doesn't have. Yep, and he's gonna stay put. He's standing his ground.
That's my boy. Alright, so next on the list is Bo. Bo.
Alright. And now, ladies,
Yeah.
thank you. Magic missile, I guess. No time to... You see her about to, like, raise her wand in what would be a very violent motion, but she pauses and twirls it and just, like, points it at the thing and, like, slices upwards. And I'm going to attempt to cast slow on both the thing and limb. So can both of them make a wisdom saving throw?
Okay. That is...
Oh, my fucking beloved.
Alright, let's see. Alright, that is a 19 from the thing.
God damn it, okay.
Okay, and that is not what I just typed. I typed 18, but it decided to get rid of the thing. I wish they'd got a 9. I wish. Okay, then let's see then. Lynn. Where is your sheet, Lynn? I know I kept it out for you because I like you. Except when you're in this situation, because bless you, Lynn, you've been through a lot, are you? You're gonna have trauma again. Alright. Let's see, and what kind of it was it Dex, did you say?
No, wisdom.
Oh, then it's a -1 on my thing for the thing, so that would be
It still passes.
Yeah. And for Lynn, it is a 17.
Yeah, they both pass. She's not a high level wizard. Well, she
Alas.
tried.
She
And
tried.
divides that spell
Bo, our
slot.
beloved, you tried, and we love you so much for it. Okay.
Nah, that's it. She might shimmy it like a little closer. And that's it. Like, I don't know, 15 feet.
Nice.
And that's it.
Just, I love how we're now just like this. She's hovering over everyone, like
Yeah.
So we just got like 3 people, 1 person above them. That's great. And then there's just Jacques off to one side, which is very, very smart. In all
So
honesty.
fucking valid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fitting.
All right, then after that it's Teal again.
Okay, so here's a thing that I'm wondering: does being poisoned by the thing count as being hit by an attack? Because if I'm poisoned, I have disadvantage, but
Yeah.
if with the motivational speech, I have advantage. So I'm wondering, essentially, like,
No, that would be an
Yeah.
effect.
yeah, okay, fair enough. That's understandable.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's see how that goes. Teal is going to cast Chromatic Orb on the thing.
Ooh,
baby.
We
And
like
Nice.
that. We
We'll
like that.
We'll see how that goes, because again, it's a disadvantage on the attack rolls, which is great. So yeah, modifier, if I remember correctly, yeah, +6. So first one, for God's
Please
sake,
be higher,
why?
please be higher, please be higher. Oh,
Oh,
All right.
fair enough.
Which side? Wrong side, so I can't. Yeah. I can't. No. In fact, you know what? As your DM, I want you guys to succeed. You guys have brought it down to half health already. I am going to lower its armor class by 1. Teal, you hit. Roll damage.
Oh yeah. So Chromatic Orb, and by the way, so Teal doesn't know much about magic. The only thing he knows so far is that this thing has been using a lot of fire stuff, so he's going to cast cold damage. Because again, he's like, okay, try to maybe work the opposite way around. Because again, he knows only the bare minimum about magic.
Elemental rock, paper, scissors, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's see how this one goes.
Ooh.
19's not
Hell yeah.
bad.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
19's pretty good.
Okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a vulnerability to that. It is just
No, yeah.
the fire
I-
from something else. But
I
yeah.
know. I'm aware that it doesn't have that, but it's just like explaining why the hell of all the different types of attack that
Indeed.
he could go for. He would go for cold.
I love this, and I really appreciate Teal. It's fantastic.
Beloved.
That orb hits in a shower of ice and snow, and that's even like seriously, you guys are hitting the thing. The thing is not used to being hit. They are an ambush predator out of everything. They go in, they maul, and then they just leave with their mauled little thing. This is a new experience for them, and they don't like it, but there is just the growl. The trio, in fact, all of you who have cast and hit and tried and hit, yeah, they're really hating this. But yeah, Teal, you hit. Congrats. Okay. And I think that's top of the round again, eh?
Cool. So, Jacques is going to shuffle forward until he's within 30 feet of the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that'll do. And then he's gonna go, hey, look at me. Look at me.
There is the slow turn with the grin outstretched. Just. They don't say anything. It is just the I'm paying attention, only just barely.
Bitch.
Thank you.
Alright.
Thank you.
So first and foremost, take
Yeah.
a 7 off your next save. Take
Okay.
7 off your next save.
Okay.
And then roll me an intelligence save, please.
Okay, intelligence. I think this guy is actually good at intelligence, but I'm not sure if that's going to be able to do anything, seeing as that was a -7. Let's see. Intelligence. Okay.
Oh yeah, big brain time.
Okay. Right, that is 15 plus 3 minus 7, so that's 11.
Fail.
Hey!
You have been ego whipped, motherfucker. You now have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws, and you can't cast spells.
Haha.
Great.
Motherfucker.
So, with that in mind, because that's Jacques' entire turn, because I think he moved his full movement there, it's now Asclepius' turn.
Yes.
Asclepius, still holding on to that advantage, because he hasn't actually attacked yet. Wait, one of those is cocked. Hold on. Oh, if he survives this, I'm gonna be very upset. Cause that's a nat 20, motherfucker.
Oh god.
This is a guiding bolt at 4th level.
Control. Lizard, like you lizard.
Right.
Let's
So
go.
I gotta count really quick. Hold on. So 46 at 1st level, 5, 6, 7, 76. Does that sound right? Shit, I don't have enough d6s. I doubled again. I rolled 14. I'm just gonna do this on the dice bar, so fuck it. So 48 points of damage, then doubled to 96, I think. Yes, that sounds right. That's not correct. Yeah. So 96 points of radiant damage. That's including the vulnerability. The next attack roll against it has advantage, and I need to double check how I can move the other thing. I think it's just a bonus action. Yeah, and then bonus action move the dawn sphere, dawn cylinder on top of the thing.
Right. It's still alive, barely.
Bruh.
Well, we'll see about that.
Right. So that
Unfortunately, I can't give it double vulnerability. That's not how that works.
No.
But
No. All right.
yeah, so that's how that's going.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So when it's the thing's turn, will they have to make a deck save again? Was that for a radiant stuff, or do they just take it?
Dawn is a con save. You're making it at disadvantage, but it's at the end of your turn. Yeah, at the end of your turn.
Fantastic. We love to see it. Cool. All right.
My hands are shaking.
Yes.
That is a spectacular roll.
I am so proud of you.
Steffi's is fucking pissed.
I am so proud of you.
Valid.
Okay, so it's Lynn's turn again. And I'm gonna roll something just to see, and no. Oh, bless, sweetheart. Okay. There is a visible twitch from Lynn for a second before the eyes glow a even brighter red and her head just snaps back slightly with the force of it. And then she does just take another 2 shots of... She is just going for it. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm going to have to roll... Asclepius, you've got a thing against nat 20s, right?
Yeah, I do. Who's it critting?
You.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's mildly annoying. Who is the other one? Who else is being attacked? Is it just Asclepius?
It's Jacques again.
Okay.
The thing, apparently, the thing really wants Lynn to just wipe out her family. Like,
hold on. Okay, so 2 plus whatever your modifier is isn't gonna hit Jacques because that's his last luck point gone.
good.
So that's that dealt with, and yes, Asclepius does have a thing. Where the hell? Sorry.
It's all right.
That's
It's
not
all
that
right.
store. Here it is. She's within 30 feet. It just the crit's cancelled.
Okay.
Any effects that are triggered by a crit hit are also cancelled. They
Okay.
don't happen.
Great, that is absolutely fantastic on multiple levels. Jacques, because of, the 2, you take nothing. Asclepius, you take another 10 points of damage as her arm does go up towards Jacques, and it is
He's fine.
honestly an incredibly sloppy fire. And then it goes back towards you, and her movement is juddery at best at this point. But
Yeah.
it hits. But I know your health. It's probably...
Yeah, he's totally fine. He's not even below half yet. And he made the concentration check as well, so that's fine.
And you know Lynn is... Because this is Lynn. They might call her their detective, their champion, their dear little one, but you know that's Lynn. And she is breathing heavy. She even sways on her feet just slightly. And
Is she staying there?
yes, she has not moved, which is
Roll me a
strange.
con save.
Okay.
Because she would be within the thing as well.
Okay. Alright, that is... What is her con? Alright, that is a +2 for her con. That is a 9.
Shit. Okay, well the good news is I rolled really badly.
The monkey probably fine.
Yeah, that's 15 points of radiant damage.
She hasn't, but she looks as though any second she might just collapse. You don't know how much HP she started this fight with, but it wasn't a lot. It's whatever they did to her. They drained her as much as they could. They had fun with it in the worst way possible. Okay, so it is the thing's turn, and in this radiant light, the thing shifts back. They are not in that giant form anymore of the monstrous beast that was huge. They shift back, clutching one arm, red streaks forming across their form. And would people like to roll me a medicine check?
Alright, well that makes sense.
And I would like to thank
sorry.
Well for this
Just
wonderful
start with
tasty art.
Ooh, tasty.
Oh, nice. That's Jacques. Sorry, I forgot to...
It's alright.
Ooh.
No, don't...
Nice, Teal. Go ahead.
Go, Teal.
Teal, my beloved.
I swear.
Nice. Okay. So let's see, we got a 19, we've got the lowest is a 12, I think?
Yeah.
Alright.
From Jacques.
So, Jacques, probably because of the angle you're at. But you can see that they're glitching slightly. That these red veins are forming across the parts that you can see that are visible. And this being is no longer smiling. There is a snarl of jagged teeth that are shifting in their mouth, almost like a shredder in a sense. And I'm also going to have you roll me a history on that one. But
Jacques specifically, or?
Jacques and Asclepius, seeing as they're both old.
Oh, where's my other?
It's-
They're both old, okay.
Actually,
That is the reason.
I'm almost tempted to say just
God.
Jacques because he's Toon, but But let's see, for the rest of you, for Bo...
I think Jacques gets it.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I love you. I love you
Nice.
so much.
Asclepius, what's your history modifiers? Just +2. No, don't. Oh my god. There we go.
Okay. So I'll first go with that history of... It's strange. For Teal, for Bo, I believe... Yeah, Bo got it. No, Bo got it. Where did Rai come? Rai, what was your stat?
Rai got a 19 on the
Fantastic.
medicine.
Right. You've all seen how Lynn frayed before. And you might have seen or witnessed or understood to an extent how designs work, how they shift, how they accommodate. As the thing is here, parts of them are flaking away like burnt parchment. There's those red veins that are seeping and widening. They're still alive, but you know, with your understanding of history, of toons, of that sort of thing, it's dying. It's on its last legs. This being who has been for generations through multiple erasure events, you're taking it down. And the way its scar is glowing, you know vaguely that's only a few years old on that front. Someone hit that with an axe a while back. But for Jacques and Asclepius, for Asclepius, you know Halloween Town vampires, you know that sort of thing. There does seem to be an element of that to this, but you know that there's more, that this being has taken and twisted, and blood isn't the thing they go for, it's ink more than anything. You've known that, you've seen that, you've witnessed that with everything else, with what they did to Lynn. And for Jacques, with a 24, this, you can smell it almost. This is an ancient ink of tannic acids and such. This is iron gall ink. This is a toon vampire, one that has changed and shifted and preyed on others, and found ways of gathering more power, more curses onto itself. But in this moment, all of that iron gall that it's corrupted itself with is breaking it apart from the inside out. You both know without removing the curse, it's probably going to continue to exist. But at the same time, it's on its last legs. This was not how I... And there is a hiss from the thing. And I think you guys know how to end this fight. Do you want to continue through initiative, seeing as we've got Bo and Teal and that sort of stuff before we get... Or in fact, we got Rai, Bo and Teal. But the thing doesn't take any actions. In fact, it might take a bonus. It might take a bonus action if it likes. Because it's enraged, it's furious, and it's got someone in front of it.
I'd like it to make a con save for the dawn.
Alright. That is a 16.
Fail.
Hey!
So that's... It would normally be 18, but you're vulnerable, so
Yeah.
that's...
36.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Alright. 26. It has 1 point left.
God, really?
Really. It has literally 1 health point left.
Poor.
And yeah, it is staggering. There is that smoke and steam and mist and ink coming off of it, flaking away. It is near noxious. It smells like someone took an expensive old book and is just burning it. And I'm actually going to roll on it. Yeah, no, it cannot take any actions or anything. In fact, I'm going to roll, yeah, no. But there is it is literally on its last legs, but it goes, I will be remembered. I am a legend. I have been told through so many mouths, and this little one knows me. I have many. You are not going to end me here.
Okay, question is, if we are still following the action or
This
the
is where I
initiative
leave
order,
it. This is where I leave it up to you, because it would be Rai, Bo, and Teal's turn, but you can all tell that from what it said and such, the remove curse is the last thing that it in essence needs. You can keep on hitting it in a sense, but it will find a way to come back.
Can we all tell that, or is it just Jacques and
I think
Asclepius
I
who
will
got
give
to?
that to all of you because you did really well on your rolls for history and such. And you guys have all
Okay.
got. In fact, I'm gonna. Yeah, they just got a nat 1 on deception. You guys all friggin' know this. You guys all know this.
Get wrecked.
All right, great. Well, because it would have been Rai's turn next in the initiative order. He is now that he's not unfathomably pissed off. I mean, he still is, but he has his wits about him now, and he knows this. And if he didn't know this, he would just fucking magic missile at this point. But what he's going to do instead is he is just going to calmly walk straight up to Lynn. And I'm just going there, stand right in front of her. And he's going to look at Jacques and Asclepius and then look at Asclepius for a little bit longer. You know, he's got the whole remove curse thing. And then sort of half lean around Lynn to look at the thing. You might be remembered, but you'll be remembered as the one who fell to us. We're taking our friends. And he's gonna put his hand on Lynn and cast Cure Wounds.
All
Not
right.
Cure Wounds. Yeah, Cure Wounds. He's gonna do that.
Can I just advise he does not do it on the right, like, he does not touch the right hand. That is the one thing I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Just like...
Yeah. No.
Fantastic.
It's not gonna be it's not gonna be her hand. That's bad mojo. He's not gonna do
Yeah.
But like just sort of touch her non-scarred up shoulder sort of thing. He's not that dumb.
Yes. He's a smart boy. He's the little boy. He's a good boy.
1d8 plus 13.
All right. Rai, you're close enough that as this happens, you hear Lynn. Her breath is ever so slightly wheezy underneath the hiss and growl that she's been doing. You've got this close. She hasn't moved to attack or anything. There was, again, another flinch as you got close. But she hasn't done anything to you. And then her breathing does seem to even out just slightly as you do cast that. A little bit of her fur restitching, not all the way, but the mist stops coming out. Alright. Are you going to do anything else on your turn? And I will say
Nope.
we can drop out of initiative for the final thing, or we can just carry on going.
Yeah.
I feel like
I will leave it up to you lot on that front.
Do Bo and Teal want to do anything?
The only thing that Teal would do is not within initiative, because he's essentially, after hearing all this, just going to go to Asclepius. So you're quite the caster. might you do us the honor and finish all this?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Bo, was there anything you wanted to do?
Just a hold action firebolt, just in case Mr. Thing wants to try anything funny, and that's
Yeah.
it.
All right.
Probably wise.
All right,
Larry.
then I think it's time to end this. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Can I get a wisdom save at disadvantage from the thing, please?
You may indeed. That's a nat 1.
Yes!
How
So
the dice love a story.
ego whip drops. Instead, it is held personed. And Jacques walks closer and goes, "You are nothing more than a bad dream. And it is morning now." And Asclepius walks up, hand wreathed in purplish energy that glistens and glitters under the sunlight. And just walks forward, a very calm, stoic expression on his face, and he just goes, "Everything has its time, and everything dies. And I hope that for your sake, you found someone who will mourn you now that you are gone." He puts his hand on the thing's forehead and casts Remove Curse.
There is, in this final moment, the thing has all this time thought that they were inevitable, that they were an emperor of terror, that they were the legend that was going to live on beyond everything else. And they have taken and corrupted and twisted everything into their image. Asclepius, as you cast this, there is the sound of something shattering. You remember back from when you cured Lynn, there was a feeling of something snapping. Here, it's like a hawser line, a line on one of those boats, the thick cord, and it snaps, and it rings through the air on that front, and there is a final howl of defeat as the thing with this purple light with the dawn, and not just with your dawn, but with the start of dawn light as it is the time for dawn. And this radiant light of energy and this remove curse, the thing fades and burns, and the last dregs of everything that was keeping it together are banished as it dissolves into a black smoke that doesn't take form, it just continues to dissolve further and further. And around you, you hear the ringing howls of little things, of the things that this being has done, has taken, has corrupted, as suddenly, one by one, each of the threads holding the thing to them snap. In the corner, the Grave Hunter finally becomes solidly humanoid again. Lynn, in front of you all, the red in her eyes flickers out and she collapses forward with a gasp and turns, looking and seeing as this final moment happens. As the thing, this being of nightmares and terror, dies. You've won.
Ooh, nice.
That was very satisfying. Oh.
And with all of this, the dark red mist that had been around this place disappears slowly, gradually. It's an intriguing sight in a way, as it just, everything around you seems to soften slightly, grow brighter and better. the influence dying and fading away. And we are out of initiative in every capacity.
Stop sharing my screen.
Asclepius is gonna beeline for Granger real quick, but Jacques is gonna turn around and offer Lynn a wan smile and go, "It's good to have you back with us." You heal 23 points of damage as he casts Healing Word at 5th level.
Nice! Okay, we love to see it. We love to see it. She is up past a quarter of her health now, and
God!
Yeah, you do not want to know how close we got at one point. I rolled stuff before. Dice Parcel was an absolute picnic.
Right.
Some of the damage on her form doesn't look as though it was done by the thing. It doesn't look great. And she does just breathe a bit more. Her breath is still stuttery, as though waking from a nightmare, and she does just look at you and just go, "Hi." And yeah, we're gonna cut to Grave Hunter. Yeah, Grave Hunter. He's at 0 HP. He's not dead. He's probably gonna have to start making death saves at this point.
33 points of healing.
He's alive.
Grave Hunters, Grave Clerics, Circle of Mortality. If you would normally roll one or more dice to restore hit points to the spell to creatures or hit point, you just use the highest number possible for each dice. So, 3rd level Cure Wounds means 33 points of healing.
It looks almost as though he was kept in a stasis of 0 HP. As though he wasn't going to die before, but yes, it was very good that you came over here right now and did that. But yeah, they don't wake up. Because of the sole fact of you can see they are exhausted. And Jacques, with your interactions with Lynn, yeah, she's very much exhausted herself. She looks as though she's taken 1 point. The thing looks as though, sorry, not the thing, the Grave Hunter looks as though he's at like 3 points of exhaustion. He did not do great on some of his con rolls, I'm not gonna lie. But
God.
yeah, it was Dice Parser was a real picnic on that front, because I went, I don't trust my dice. I went to Dice Parser did worse.
Well, that was your first mistake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought my dice were mean. Turns out no, they were the nice cop. But
Did you apologise to them afterward?
yes, I did.
Jesus Christ.
But
What the hell was that? Was
What's
that
that?
trying to...
That's how much radiant damage Asclepius did over the course of
Okay.
like 3 attacks.
Jesus. Ow.
he is
Um,
the MVP.
Ow.
Lynn is kind of just looking around, and you do see her hand go to the collar at her throat, which the thing also... Why do I keep saying the thing? The Grave Hunter also has a collar, but it does seem dull, and Lynn's is also dull, and she does just seem to be trying to tug on it now, with only one hand.
Alright, I keep forgetting Jacques has decent strength. Can you try and like, bust that open?
Yeah,
Bust it off or something? Cool.
yeah.
So I just roll a strength check or...
Yeah, I will say
Athletics or
he has
something?
advantage because Lynn is helping him.
Cool. So with an athletics, that's is it's not great, but it's better than nothing. It's a 17.
Yep. It does just, there is a crack as it comes loose. And Lynn does just give a shake. The fur underneath where it was is also frayed and slightly marked, but you have a feeling that will go away with time.
Mm.
And she does just smile at that.
After the collar comes off... Oh, sorry, you go first. You go first, Liz.
I have a question. Did you say there were like other bodies in the cages?
Yes, there are small bodies in the cages. You can by all means go and check those out because, yeah, there were hostages. You get a feeling you understand why it was so quiet getting here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody's gonna fly around and check those out and make sure people are stable and alive.
Yeah, Asclepius is going to join you by virtue of cleric with Spirit of the Dying.
They're all alive. And on top of that, I'm gonna give this to you straight. None of them look bit yet.
Oh god. Okay.
It was as though the thing was more using them as a tactic, drawing something from them instead of actively biting them yet. If it had been allowed to have more time, it probably would have. I mean, seriously, this guy loved a buffet. But
Well, then, we're not having that anymore.
indeed.
Nope. Cancelled. Shop is closed. Everybody get out the restaurant.
Yeah.
Asclepius is flat out of spells, so.
Yes. It's good.
Cantrips.
Yeah, I think it's Asclepius, no, Jacques who cast sending to fucking Halloween Town to get some medics over here.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Rai's just gonna very gently reach a hand out and just touch Lynn's cheek ever so gently. Hey.
Lynn's gaze is almost kept wandering every couple of moments. She is exhausted, but she does immediately turn the second Rai is there. And she does just look down at him and, Rai, there is the gaze you know so well. There is your mother's love in that gaze again. And she's pained and she's tired, but she gives you her full attention.
We got him.
Yeah.
He can't hurt you anymore.
Yeah, kiddo.
And he's I rolled for it earlier. He's gonna use healing word at 3rd level team for Lynn.
Nice. She is breathing as best as she can in this point. You get a feeling that her hit points have been sapped. She probably can't get back to full strength. But she is more stable now. She does just do one final look around, and then she turns to Jacques, and there is some emotion there that she's gonna have to unpack later. She's tucking all of this into a box. She was meant to go to therapy tomorrow. That's not happening with all of this. She's just tucking everything tight in a little box. She goes, Can we go home?
Of course, my dear. Come on. Let's, He's not looking around for a door with a keyhole.
Uh-huh.
There is other stuff to find, but probably it's going to be a looting party at another point. Just come back here in a few days, preferably after burning a few things to the ground. But with all the darkness that has faded, you do see underneath the platform, there is a door with a key in it. It probably leads just to the rest of this place. The thing has not been using it. It has just been using this one bit for grand shows. So you can by all means just stick the key in that.
Yeah, Jacques will go and open the door with his key. Asclepius will gather up Grave Hunter to take through to get proper medical attention.
Yes.
Rather than just triage in a fucked up warehouse.
Yeah, triage in a fucked up warehouse. Who knew? But this is, in essence, where everything starts going to you guys. We have reached the epilogue of Grave Hunter will stabilize and will heal. He'll have a mark, but with time and care, that should heal, because he is real kind. But Lynn probably is going to need healing. She doesn't want to say hospital, but she is going to need care for a while. But this is a point where, spreading out over Einquell, the majority of little things were here. People are going to wake up themselves for the first time in years. Some will pass on because it was far beyond their time. It was time that they were released. But there is a new breath of fresh air to Einquell, a new joy and hope. Hope has succeeded, and dawn rises on a new age of Einquell, a better age, one without this Emperor of Terror lurking in its shadows. And I leave the rest in what you guys want to do.
J and A are gonna offer the mansion to anyone who wants to stay over, because that was harrowing and terrible, and
Lynn's sticking her hand up silently at that.
Yeah, I fucking hope she is.
Yeah. She's accepting help. Also, because of a thing I said to Whis, there's probably a reason she doesn't want to go back to network quite yet until a certain smell goes away. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
She's probably gonna literally like stick that hand up and then probably pass the peck out.
Wait, did you say she passed out?
Yeah, she's probably gonna pass out at some point. You guys, she has been through a lot. She is just ready to have a little nap time. She is
understandable.
Very fair.
Just for shits and giggles, I want to see if Rai can manage to catch her and hold her when that happens.
Yeah.
Hey!
16.
That's good.
Nice.
16.
Nice.
The boy can be strong as a treat.
Yeah.
Boy can be
Okay.
strong as a treat.
Okay, you guys walk in. It's like, does anyone want to use mana? Lynn sticks her hand up, and she does just. She got a 4 on a con save, and she just goes, nope, okay, this is time for sleepy. Okay. And yeah, right, you catch your mum. Well done.
Good. He will never be this strong again, ever, but he's gonna take it.
In the future, if there's anything Bo wants to do, because you guys will get rewards from this stuff because you are all fabulous and I love you. But yeah, Bo, you say what you got to say.
But Bo will just look to Riot and say, give her my best wishes. I need to go. And she's just fucking off like a bullet because she left her child alone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
maybe
understandable.
an hour
Have a nice day.
She will check if her child made it to her cousin's house okay.
Yeah, no, that's
That's absolutely fair.
Teal, how you doing?
He, again, like, Teal is just like, okay, this just happened. Like, he is starting to realize everything that went down because he was very much running off the adrenaline and the anger, but so he took a moment to be like, okay, oh god, this happened, okay. And as Jacques and Asclepius offered to stay at the mansion and Lynn accepts, he will just follow silently. Just like, yeah, no, I'm going, it's not even a question. I'm coming.
No.
Nice.
You said something?
I just said nice.
Ah, good. But
I think on my front, is there anything that you need to wrap up? Because if you've got the the spoons to allow me an indulgence.
I am giving you all my spoons. I'm giving you my spoons and a spork. Here you go. Take them.
Brilliant. When everybody goes through the door to Hull, Rai makes sure Lynn gets. They're actually going to send a buddy plane to a certain set of stagehands that are somewhere in Toontown, just to let them know what. And it's actually going to miss its target because there was someone standing in. It's just the. Oh, what the bloody heck was that?
Hattie, dear heart, are you alright?
Something just hit me in the back of the head. What the hell?
Alright, let me take a... What the bloody peck? Okay! And Auntie Mal Stagehand at the Stagehand's Requiem next to Hattie Stagehand and Old Tort, who is just... There is a soft foghorn noise from him, I'm not gonna lie. Everything is confusing right now. And Auntie Mal is just gonna pick it up and just go, okay. And I think she'll be able to read it. What, by any chance, does it say?
It's in slightly less hurried, but somehow shaky handwriting. And it says, "We won. We are staying in Halloween Town for now. If you can look after Network, that would be great. But please tell her we'll be home soon. Little heart, love heart, Rai."
Okay, We're gonna have to roll bloody strength saves because little Mal has read this aloud. Great, we're gonna end this on the good old
Oh, good.
fashioned. Yep.
Oh shit! I need Hattie's sheet, don't I?
Okay, I'm just gonna straight up say that is a 3 and a 4 on the dice. There are at least 2 stagehands that are going to be airborne.
I think Hattie might be still on the floor.
Hattie's on the floor, but just barely. In fact, I'm gonna roll for Sweetheart because of that's a 19.
Oh no, he's up then.
Yeah, that's a 19 at disadvantage. Sweetheart, there is just... Little Mal does just look up and go, they're safe. As she's finished reading it, and yeah, the walls glow a brighter gold again. Not the normal gold, but happier. And yeah, these 3 are going to be swept off their feet. There's going to be Grawlix and lots of different noises coming out of this place. As Dawn...
Peck! Network! Put me, bloody Peck! Put me down!
Safe! And yeah, as the dawn rises, there is chaos in the network. There is warmth. There is a brightness that had been missing 3 hours prior. And yeah, everything's going to be better than fine. It's going to be okay. And I think that's where we pull out.
Asclepius will be heading over to Network the day after all this shit goes down to try and help clear out the rest of that nightmare fuel, just so you know.
Yes.
And then we'll be getting another key.
Not just nightmare fuel. There was also another stench, which was one of the reasons why I don't think Lynn would go there. The burnt and bitter scent of coffee. You get the feeling the thing was trying to make as many things as possible to make this place unsafe for her. But they're not going to get any of that chance. So yep, you just clear all of that out. It might take a while before Lynn's healthy enough, but yeah, no, she's going to go home. They are all going to heal. And
We won!
We won! You kicked the thing's picking ass and it was fantastic. I love all of you.
Yeah, we did.
I knew you were going to succeed and you did stellar. I mean, seriously, Lynn did more damage to you guys than the thing did, which is going to be fun. But
Yeah, true.
I'm finding that utterly hysterical.
I mean, it does track with the whole speech that we went on.
Yeah, this guy was shit, and you all showed him that. But
Yeah.
it's if anyone does go back raiding this place, there are going to be basically a beep ton of money. This thing has just been... I mean, this guy is decadent. He's just been stealing... They've just been stealing left, right, and centre. When they wanted something, they took it. So you guys are going to get about 30 gold each at this point.
Cool.
Cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
And there was other stuff, but we'll see about that in the future. But that's what you guys get. Thank you for indulging me on this. You guys were fantastic.
This was
Thank
a lot of
you.
fun.
That was terrifying, heartbreaking, but very satisfying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Lynn's gonna have... There are going to be consequences in the future. I have looked at certain things that will happen because I couldn't ignore some of the things that happened in the background. But she's going to be okay. You're all going to be okay. And this opens the way to many interactions.
If like there would be any permanent injury, Asclepius and the other healers at Halloween Town would be doing their best to kind of negate that as much as they can.
Mm-hmm. We can talk about that in future, perhaps like even perhaps FPS material, but I think this is where we're going to end things because our wonderful audience has heard us nattering. Just thank you so much for everyone for listening. I hope this was as satisfying as it was to play. And we'll talk to you all again in the future, I'm sure. Say goodbye, my lovely players.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye, picnics!